Okay.
Do you remember when we fell in love? I don't know, that song came in my head.
That's all I know. I don't even know the lyrics to that song.
Yeah, something, something, something.
Yeah. Ah, gotta take a shit.
Yeah, there you
I don't
go.
know.
That's probably what he's
Yeah,
saying.
right.
It's funny because when the song comes on, though, I know the lyrics, but I can't. It doesn't come to me right now.
Just got kicked in the balls. Because his voice is so high.
Oh, that's gonna bug me. Anyways, that's all right. Maybe I'll figure it out.
Right.
We'll sing it right.
Well, here, welcome to episode 23. Thanks
We
for
are so
tuning
consistent
again.
this summer, David.
Exactly. I told you. We're consistent on recording. It's just taking... So, I was editing episode 22 last night. Well, I was getting pissed off because I know you had a name drop.
I had one for sure.
You had one name drop.
Yeah.
And I listened to an hour and 10 minutes, and I kept...
It wasn't that far in, I feel like.
Right. And I was just like... I kept re-listening to the same hour, and not even the whole episode. I just kept re-listening. I was like, where the fuck does he say his name? So I just... Because then Leslie got home with the food, and I was like, the Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors game came on. I was like, I'm watching game 1. I was like, fuck this. I'm done. And then, then I totally forgot about it.
Who are you going for if it's...
Houston.
Okay. Yeah, I would too.
I can't stand Golden State.
Yeah.
No, not because they're Texas. I just hate Golden State.
I hate Golden State too. And also because they're Texas as well. But I fucking hate the Rockets too anyways. But.
I was like, yeah, the Rockets can suck my dick. I was like, James Harden is a little bitch.
Yeah.
But
now
for
the
this
Spurs are
series,
out, right.
for this series, Harden's not too bad.
I feel like I can remember the story I'm saying, that I say my name, because I say, hey, blank, and then I go, and you go... You gave me the look, and I went, fuck. But what we were talking about...
Was it when you were talking about the bank? Because I listened to that part several times, and you didn't say it.
It was something about, like, my friend hitting me up for something, or something like that. I don't know. Hey, when do they come on Google Play, though? Because...
Google Play, I have to... So that's the thing where it has to get uploaded to YouTube first. I have to re-download it, and then I have to upload it to the pod...
Re-download it?
Yeah.
You download it once for...
I download the audio. I've told you several times, yeah.
I'm drunk every time, so it's
like...
new every time you tell me.
I download it to the computer.
That's right, okay.
Then I, edit it.
So you download it and upload it?
I download up to YouTube, then I gotta
upload.
Yeah, upload to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Then I download it from YouTube.
Oh,
and then I
see.
upload it to podcast.com.
So there's 3 downloading, uploading things going on.
Exactly.
You download your computer, upload it to YouTube, download it again,
and then re-upload to a different website.
You can't use the same download from your computer up to the...
No.
It has to get converted by YouTube somewhere?
Because I have to edit the episode. I can upload. I can just... If you weren't so picky on the name, which I know you have a reason, yeah. It's like, if it was just going to be that, then I can just go straight to podcast.com just from my phone, and then boom, YouTube...
Sorry about that, y'all.
I was like, iTunes and Google Music would be updated tip-top
shape.
So,
Usually I'll listen to it right off the bat on YouTube when I go to work, and I just turn my screen down, the brightness, so I don't have to, because I don't have YouTube Red.
Right.
But my phone's been I'm planning on getting the new Samsung. Like in the summer or the end of the summer, and my phone understands this, and now it's shitting out at me. Fuck you.
He's planning on leaving me.
Yeah, take this while I'm out. So now it dies as soon as I get to work. It's half percentage by the time I get to work. So I was gonna listen. I was like, fuck, if I listen to this 2-hour episode, it's gonna die. Blah,
right.
Blah, blah. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to wait till it comes on Google Play, because then I can just listen to it,
Exactly.
But that's okay. That's all right.
Right.
So the teach will be having to move.
Okay.
In the end of June. And so there's 2 things we can do.
Okay.
I'd like to keep doing this.
Me too. I don't want this to end.
The only thing is how and where. So here's the thing. I figured it'd be, and it would definitely not be once a week, because we're moving to Rio Medina. So it's right outside of so basically you take, there's a couple ways. You can either go on the highway 410, get on 151, get on 1604, all the way out. Then you go to this state road called 211. You take that all the fucking way out there. Or you can take Petrinko all the fucking way out there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Petrinko hits 211.
Right.
Either way, it's about a half to 40 minutes drive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the thing is I'm the bigger drinker here. And for me, driving... Like
exactly. No, I would.
It's kind of rough
because I love your friendship and cherish you as a person. I would hate for that to happen.
So it'll be. We'll have to.
Well, it'll have to maybe be once a month thing.
And it might have to be on the weekend. Yeah.
We would have to dedicate a whole Saturday or Sunday evening to the preferably Friday or Saturday evening to specifically record. We can work that out. The details can get ironed. So let's not get. I'm glad we're preparing, but let's not get super ahead. But
right.
Well, yeah, me and teacher were very good at communicating, especially when it's last minute communications. so tonight. So he said he'd be home by 9. So I was like, okay, whatever. So because I haven't talked to my fiance all day. So she got home late because she was out running errands with her mom and grandma, which is fine. I'm not holding a grudge. No, I'm just kidding. So we had a late dinner. We're catching up throughout the day and everything. And so just finished eating. And by the time I finished talking, I was like, oh, I got to take a shit. I was like, oh, it's already 9 o'clock. I was like, damn. I was like, okay. So I messaged Tish and I was like, hey, taking a shit will be over soon or something like that. And he goes, oh, same. So I'm like, oh, cute.
Just sat down. You heard of Blood Brothers before. Have you ever heard of Shit Brothers?
Right. Man, it was just like our ass cheeks were telepathically talking to each other.
Yeah.
They need to sit.
So we need a break. We all need a break. and then we'll after that.
Exactly. So that I thought that was a very precious moment.
It really was.
So, yeah.
Only on Who Cares.
Only on Who Cares. So, yeah. Again, getting positive feedback. So I had somebody come up to me. Not somebody come up to me, excuse me. I was eating lunch and I was talking with one of my friends. And then they look at me and they go, you sound like this guy on this podcast I listen to. And I'm like...
What?
Yeah, you listen to my podcast.
Are you serious?
It was my friend. It was like a dumb moment, like a kind of one of those like I was about to say you sound like this guy on Who Cares, and I'm like
he was joking or
she was joking.
She was I see.
And I was just like, no, yeah, it's me. Like it was like a
you didn't catch the joke.
I caught it.
Oh.
Like, cause that's what made it funny.
Oh, I thought you were saying okay.
Cause they started saying it, then I caught it, and I'm like, oh, let me guess. I sound like they're like, oh wait, yeah, that's you, duh. Like
they really didn't understand. They didn't catch it.
We both caught it at the same time.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I thought that maybe
because they stopped because. I made them stop talking because I brought up the joke, and like as soon as I said something, they were like, "Yep, that's what I was about to say." You sound like David Clare off of Who Cares?
That's pretty. Yeah, because I was like, it's either a preemptive joke. They really didn't realize that.
And I was like,
"That's funny. That's cute.
It's cute.
I get so worried that my coworker listens to my podcast now. Only just because. It's just awkward. She gives me a lot of shit sometimes anyway, so I'm just like giving her bullets, like, to Like, I mean, it's all in good fun, but...
You eat ass, Teach. It's like, oh my
It's more the jerking off all the time that I'm kind of like...
Man, guys jerk off, man, who cares?
Yeah, but she's of the generation where you don't talk about that. She's... You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, not that she's not like that. She's not like a prude, but it's like, that's a lot of... Even though if she were to bust my balls about it, it's kind of like... Well, we all do it. Like, but at the same... See, like, right now, I don't even want to... Anyways. I'm talking shit about her, so...
Oh, man, you're all good. Yeah, so, red news alert, if you haven't caught on...
You think this will come...
No, it's whatever.
Okay.
It was getting a little toasty in here, right?
It is,
yeah. So, if you hear a fan in the background...
It's fucking hot.
Yeah, deal with it.
God damn it, it's fucking hot. I've been sweating for like 3 days straight. My balls are soupy as fuck from like 3 days straight. Like,
that post he shared, that post he shared of the chicken, of its little neck thing. Yeah. Dude, that's how my balls have been, bro. Yeah. Like, fuck.
That's very true.
Like, usually in the winter and early spring, like when I wake up, my balls are just like, just relaxing there. Now I fucking wake up, my balls are down on my ankles, dude.
Yeah, one's on a knee, one's on an ankle. It's just like...
Bend the knee. Did I tell you I finished Game of Thrones?
Are you up to date?
I'm finally up to date.
On all of it?
On everything.
How did you see the new season? You bought it?
No, I have it on Hulu.
How the fuck do you have it on
HBO on Hulu.
You pay for that?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Well, right now they're doing a promotion where it's like $6. $6 for 6 months.
Oh, I have HBO. I want Showtime.
I was telling you about this. That's how I told you I'm almost done with it.
Well, I have it. I drink.
Bro.
I'm drunk. What don't you? I forget everything we talk about here. I listen to the podcast and I'm like, oh, that's right, we talked about that. Like, I haven't listened to it yet. So.
No, I was kidding. Yeah, no, I finally saw it, dude. Jon Snow and Khaleesi, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Whoa! Spoiler alert.
I just said 2 names. What is that? How is that spoiling anything?
Because I just did right now.
I was like,
one kills the other one,
right?
Or do they? Yeah.
Tyrion
Watch
behind
to
it
find
all.
out.
No, but that was crazy.
Oh, it's so good. I can't wait for the new season.
I'm gonna cry.
And the last season, too. And, you know, something pisses me off about 9. I'm like, can't you give us 10? Like, 10's just a good, solid decimal number. Like,
you know, isn't it all based off just one book?
It is.
Just A Song of Fire and Ice? Why don't they continue it?
Yeah, well, I think there's different worlds. I try to look this up. I haven't read the books.
I mean,
I try to get some insight on how that works. Because Song of Fire and Ice, right. And apparently there's... I don't know if it's that there's 3 different stories with multiple books within the story. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if Fire and Ice is one collection of books. Like, collection of books. You know, see what I'm saying? And there's, like, these 2 others with collections of books. Or there's just 3 books that...
Or just A Song of Fire and Ice?
Right. I don't know. And I can't... The weirdest thing is... And maybe I haven't tried that hard, but... Like, I'll try to buy Song of Fire and Ice. And it's like, oh yeah, here you go, buy it. But I'm like, are there more books? Is this the last book? And it's like, I don't know, just trying to ask. Like, Google's just like, I don't get the question. I'm like...
Fuck off.
Is there more books? Like, yes or no? It's so fucking big.
Right. Now, it's funny you mentioned Google. This is something we haven't planned. So here's raw, uncut information. So the Google Home, like kind of like the Alexa Dot thing and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you saw this, but Google just did a press conference where with the Google Home...
You can make calls.
Well, it can freaking book appointments for you. So, like, the video they showed is real calls. So, somebody asked their Google Home, hey, Google, like, book me a haircut between 10 and 12 p.m., 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. on Friday, May 3rd, or whatever the date it said in the stupid video. Okay. So, it calls the hair salon, and they're like, hello. They're like, hello, I'm looking to book a haircut. Google, the stupid Google thing, called the hair salon, and it talked like a real person. It didn't sound like the little robot when you ask it, like, hey, Google, say fuck. Right. Fuck. And, like, it didn't sound like that. It sounded like a real person. And it was like, I need to book a hair appointment. They're like, okay, what type of hair, like, what type of thing we're doing? Oh, it's going to be a haircut. A woman's haircut? Yeah, woman's haircut. Okay, well, I have this available. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12? I have right at 10. Okay, I want to book that. What's the name of the client? Lisa? Okay, tell Lisa we'll see her at 10 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, and then, like, everybody was like, oh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then so the guy that's kind of curating this thing, he goes, if that wasn't enough, if that didn't knock your socks off yet, like, check this out. And he goes, Google's been working on this technology for many years. And he's like...
Now I can suck your dick.
Right? And I was like...
Never leave your home again.
Right, if only. Rock off with your cock off. Fucking...
with your clam off. Alright.
So then the guy says... He's like, so we've been working with picking up nuances in, like, you know, speaking and everything. And, like, general conversations and how they work. Like, the cogitative, da-da-da-da, all the technical stuff, right?
Why do you say nuance? Because I have something to say about that.
Oh, okay. And so they're like, let's see how Google handles a phone call with booking an appointment for a place that's not easily to book reservations.
That's the first thing I thought it was. Like, can Google talk shit for me, though? Because...
Well, it got kind of sassy. Yeah, it got kind of sassy. So it called in a Chinese restaurant to book a reservation for 4 people on a Wednesday. So, you know, I'm not trying to be racist. It was like, oh, what you want? Da, da, da. And it was like, hello, yes, I need to book a reservation for next Wednesday at 7 p.m. For when? And he's, you know, and the Google's like, for next Wednesday. And they're like, for what? For how? You know,
you could say the regular speech and just tell
I
us I
can't do it.
Accent.
I can't help it. So it's going back and forth. The lady at the restaurant's like, well, what? How much do you, like, what are you talking about? When is it? And the Google keeps going, for next Wednesday, the 4th, reservation for 4 people, 7 p.m. It's like, well, on a Wednesday, we only reserve for 5 people. And so then Google's like, okay, well, how long is typically the wait time for a table?
Wow.
For when? For next Wednesday.
7:30.
Yeah, it's like, for next Wednesday. Oh, it's not busy, just come in. Okay, thanks. And then like the call ends, and it's like, what? Google got sassy.
Get out of our country.
Right? Fucking make
Trump America.
Make America great again. MAGA. Click. But yeah, so then everyone was like, holy shit. So like it can pick up, and it like the Google thing was going, well, do you have like it was like
that's insane because I didn't watch the video or nothing, but I did see like a headline of like Google now can make calls, and at first I was like, well, for the initial thought I thought was like, yeah, you can go to like Alexa or go and be like, Alexa, call blah blah blah, and it makes the call like literally. So I was like, but then thinking about what was going to happen, I was like, okay, it obviously can't be that because that's been done, is done, works. But I thought if it does make calls, I was like, maybe it's going to be like this recording where it's like, hello, this is for blah, 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 for this time. Is that available? And like, you know.
No,
and I was like, that's going to work because there's going to be these people that be like, fuck this asshole with their goddamn Google Home. No. The
face.
That would
fuck
be,
you.
That would be me if I was working that fucking desk. Like, fuck them with their nice job. They can afford this shit. And I'm here talking to a goddamn robot for them. Like,
right? No, it sounded because like the hair salon person and the restaurant person were none the wiser. They were just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Because it sounds like a regular.
Dude, if you have time to check it out, check it out. It sounded legit.
So the thing is like, what's interesting, what just makes me think of is like, how did they do that? Because
I have no idea.
There's like an algorithm, right? Familiar with the term?
Yeah.
Right. So the algorithm, we've had these algorithms for like speech, like just talking, not even recepting, but just giving out. You know, you remember the old computers that you type in like lick my butthole. It's like lick my butthole, right? Yeah. So that algorithm is able to piece them together, and things have gotten better with like Alexa how they talk, but it still has that aspect of like,
I'm sorry,
very like yeah. You can tell it's very not natural, you know. So how do they do that with this? And is it only specific to a hair appointment or to a restaurant?
Well, that's the thing.
Too?
So, and that's what the guy was saying, and he because he was saying like with the Google Home, it's specifically designed to work in that specific manner, like as if everything goes through smoothly. Now, like with that hair salon appointment, it was I had the time, it had the type of haircut you wanted.
Because, you know, someone's inputting the words. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not generating random words. I mean, maybe, I don't know how that fucking works. Let us know if you know how that works. Right?
Yeah, I was like, let us know. But like the hair salon thing, I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But it's like, how often am I going to book a hair salon appointment?
Right. So if they were, and that's the thing with... my understanding was like they could do all this work to do this very good hair. Like if someone needs to book a hair appointment, all this work is being done, right?
Right.
But only if you want to book a hair appointment. So like now it's like, can you order me a pizza, or can you order me chicken wings on a pizza, like something weird? Or it's like, yeah, there's no code for that. Like that's too specific.
I think if like again, maybe this is just like they're really testing the waters with this thing because before they because it was the hair salon first. Then they did the Chinese restaurant because the guy even said, he goes, well, now let's go ahead and try to book a reservation on a place that's not easily accessible to book online, you really have to call and this and that. And so then that's how that...
So that sounds like it is a wide variety of things.
Yeah, so I'm presuming, again, like, let's say like, hey, Google, call Pizza Hut, order me a large pepperoni pizza to be delivered to my address.
Yeah.
And then like, and of course, like if Google has your address, like if you have the Google products and stuff, I guarantee you could call Pizza Hut, hey, yes, I would like to order, one large pepperoni pizza to be delivered. What's the address? It's blah, 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 blah. Okay, like, are you paying cash or card? Oh, I'm paying cash.
What if I want to buy drugs?
Right.
Is that...
Call the plug and bring a G.
It's like, hi, I'd like to order... And then, like, it doesn't know that, like... That's what fucks up its system. It's like, 1 gram. Anyway.
The FBI's onto me. Sorry, I was drinking. So it wasn't a dull moment. I didn't look at him just like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop.
Yeah, that's cool though. I need to check it out. That is, I mean,
so far, I'm like,
the more you don't have to deal with people in your everyday life, the better.
Exactly, man.
So
the future is just becoming so technologically better. That's so awesome. Yeah. So, another thing. Speaking of awesome, I'm going to go ahead. Teach and I talked a little bit about this, just before getting into recording. If you're familiar with, I don't want to say it's artistic, ARTIS, there's a movie director named Lars Von Trier. I believe he's a German director or Norwegian. I don't know his, ethnicity or origin story or nothing like that. But he's known for making very thought-provoking movies, maybe not the most comfortable movies to watch. They deal heavily with a lot of, sexual frustration, rape, kind of deep, dark thoughts and everything like that. Kind of the stuff people don't want to talk about. He has 3 really notable movies. He has Melancholia, starring Kirsten Dunst and Kiefer Sutherland. He has Antichrist, starring Charlotte Gainsbourg, and I believe that's how you say her name. I'm always fucking that up. William Dafoe, and then he has Nymphomaniac, starring William Dafoe, Uma Thurman, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Shia LaBeouf.
Is William Dafoe in Nymphomaniac?
Very briefly, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, very briefly, but he's in that movie. So he has a new movie coming out. It's been announced a couple years ago, but it finally made its debut at the Cannes Film Festival last night. And it's called The House That Jack Built. It stars Matt Dillon, and if you know the movie You, Me, and Dupree, he's the brown-haired guy. He's married to the blonde lady.
Or Outsiders.
Outsiders?
God, I could be fucked. It's like a class. Matt Dillon's...
Is that the one with Tom Cruise in it too?
No,
like the 80s
Pony
movie?
Boy, where he's Pony Boy. I don't think Tom Cruise is in it.
Tom Cruise is in that movie.
It's a book. It was a book. It might be. I remember the book more than I think I'm butchering it. Outlanders.
The Outsiders?
I want to say it's Outsiders.
Yeah, I think that's the movie. I think Tom Cruise is in that. But either way. But Matt Dillon. So he stars in this movie. He plays Jack. He's a serial killer. And
Outsiders. Yeah.
He's just struggling with being a serial killer and like these weird dark thoughts. Apparently the movie also talks about like him when he was a child, learning these things. So the trailer just the trailer just came out for it, and there's a lot of visualization between the tiger and the lamb being provoked and everything like that, or seeing the prey.
Okay, so I didn't realize that he was the same director for Antichrist and Nymphomaniac, and I thoroughly enjoyed both those movies because of how disgusting it makes you feel. But it's just anything that can provoke that deep emotion from watching it is like bravo. Even though I don't want to watch them again.
I love watching those movies.
Only because it's not the same experience, because I know what's coming. But it was a great experience. Those movies are like an experience of watching it, right? But so Nymphomaniac, that aspect of the tiger and the lamb, he uses that kind of visual aids too in Nymphomaniac. Where she's talking
with
about
nature and then the sex and everything like that.
Where there's that one guy that comes in who's like a cat, and the other one that's like a bass drum or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So good.
Exactly. Lars Von Trier is a fantastic
And then
director.
you would think that if you recycled it would be cheesy, but seeing it in that trailer was fucking awesome.
Because each movie deals with something different and new, so it's he has stuff to work with, And
as soon as she says you just kind of look like a serial killer, and then the tiger, you're just oh fuck.
And then she's the lamb.
Things are going down.
Oh man. And then David Bowie's fame.
So to be honest, I really had no inclination of what the movie was going to be. Not a bad, I was thinking it wasn't going to be good or anything, but watching the trailer, and I'm not the biggest movie buff, but I've expressed here symbolism is the best. Watching this trailer is I'm so excited to see this movie.
Exactly.
And I'm not the biggest gore fan or stuff like that, but just watching the trailer is kind of awesome. It's just awesome.
So here's the thing. So the Cannes Film Festival, like I said, it debuted last night. Lars Von Trier is one of the most highly, revered directors of all time for his kind of boundary pushing directing style, and and he really selects the cast. He doesn't really have auditions for it. He gets kind of like Quentin Tarantino. He has an idea for it. I want that.
You can see a lot of the same faces.
Exactly. So, exactly. Quentin Tarantino likes to use a lot of the same actors. So does Lars Von Trier. He really trusts. Same thing with Martin Scorsese. He really trusts these particular actors to get the point across and everything. So, it debuted at Cannes Film Festival, and it's the last time I'm going to say it. So 100 people. It was in a big theater. Over 100 people walked out. And it was 50-50 to 2 specific scenes, because I was reading into it. So the first
Wait,
scene,
are you going to ruin it though?
No, it's not going to ruin it. It actually showed in the trailer, but cut away before it showed anything. So one specific scene, it's in the preview, but it's very quick.
I don't know, David. I kind of want this to be fresh. If I have...
Okay, it's in the trailer, so
so I've already seen it.
But
you're going to tell more about it.
It's very brief. I'm not going to tell more about it, but I'm going to say what's in the trailer.
All right.
It shows Matt Dillon sniping 2 kids in a park.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
It shows it, and so, of course, it's in the trailer, but it cuts before you see the bullet hit the kid. Mm-hmm. But apparently, it's very graphic and violent. So people walked out for showing children being shot in the head with a sniper rifle. And then the scene...
Especially with what's going on right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of people walked out on that part. And then in the trailer, too, he has some girl tied up and, torturing inside of his room. And so, and this is not what I'm not going to say, but apparently there's a very graphic scene in that where he's just torturing her beyond all belief. And then, it's a lot of mutilation. It's very graphic.
I've seen a lot of torture things, so this is not good to say, but I'm excited about seeing this because it's just I feel like I've seen it all. So if there's something out there that actually is worse than what I've already been exposed to, is kind of titillating.
Exactly.
What else can you show me that would make me feel that way?
Exactly.
Pretty desensitized.
So they showed that, and then that's when kind of the last half. I don't know the order specifically or what scene comes first. Obviously, I've never seen the movie.
I'm so excited about this movie.
Exactly. So people walked out. Over 100 people walked out, and then when people there's reporters and stuff outside to get interviews and stuff, and they were like, "What? People are leaving the theater? What?" So when people were coming out, this is the most disgusting, repulsive movie I've ever seen. And there's no need for this this isn't art. This shouldn't be filmed. This is just exploiting violence and torture, and rape and this and that.
That's how you know you made a great movie.
Exactly. So then after the movie was over and the lights came up and everything, the rest of the people that stayed gave the movie a standing ovation. Standing ovation, but there were still haters that are like, "Oh, it's Cannes Film Festival; they're going to stand for everything." People will clap for anything. I was like, "No, Lars Von Trier is a great fucking director, and I know this movie is. I'm probably going to stand up and clap after I see it."
So how are you planning on seeing it? Because they're not going to play in the theaters.
Well, if it shows it in Austin, I'm probably going to go to Austin and see it. It's
you should let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to go.
Yeah, because
does he watch those?
She doesn't. She's never seen Nymphomaniac. I've tried to get her to watch it, but she's like, "No, what you've said, I don't know. I don't really. It doesn't sound interesting.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a movie I want to see." But she really loves serial killer films. I showed her the trailer for this, and she goes, "That kind of looks good." And I was like, "Yeah." So, and we already planned, hey, when this is coming out, I don't care where it's showing, I'm going.
Well, I might have to third wheel it with you.
No, you could definitely.
She doesn't really like this.
You could definitely It's not even going to be a third wheel. Leslie will be the third wheel. I didn't know you knew who Lars Von Trier is. I've never met anybody else that knows who Lars Von Trier is.
Well, I didn't really know him, but You've like
seen the movies.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool, because every time. So the first time I saw Antichrist, I was at Northwest Vista, and I had my Surface on, and I was like, "Oh yeah," because I'm getting pumped up for Nymphomaniac, and I was like, "Wow, I don't know who this Lars Von Trier guy is, but this movie looks crazy." I only found it because Rammstein, the German metal band, they wrote a song for the movie, and it was in the trailer. It was all dun 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 dun. Nymphomania.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, okay. So
Rammstein's the one that does Du Hast, right?
Yeah. Du Hast. So I watched the trailer and I was like, this looks very intriguing. And I was like, who's it? And I did research and I was like, Antichrist. And I remember going to Netflix. Antichrist is on Netflix. So I watched it.
It was on Netflix?
At the time. This was back in 2014. So Antichrist was on Netflix. And I watched it, and it's showing William Dafoe's dick going inside of this chick. I'm like, hey, whoa, I'm in public here.
On Antichrist?
In Antichrist, it shows him banging in the shower.
The first scene, right?
Yeah, it's the very beginning.
So
when it's in black and white.
I used to have this. So when I moved from South Dakota to Texas, they don't have the same exit. They don't have it. What tax? It used to be tax here, the Texas Assessment Knowledge and Skills. They didn't have that. They had DAX, Dakota Assessment Knowledge and Skills, but it wasn't the same as you had to take them to pass. It was a benchmark. You just had to take it, but it had nothing to do with if you passed or failed like it does here in Texas.
Right.
So even though I had taken my DAX in my sophomore and my junior year, when I came down here, it didn't transfer. So I had to take all these exit, whatever, right? Plus with all these different credits I needed. So what I did was I had to do a thing called NovaNet, where basically for the year I just sat in this computer class and did these little programs, and I could do a semester of work in 3 weeks, right, just on the computer. Right. So I eventually got all caught up in all this, and I had to take my tax also, but the class, whatever. But towards the end of the semester, I didn't have anything to do, and I just had the off period, so I'd just be on the computer. So I would look up just crazy, and I think it was MySpace at the time, but they would talk about like the craziest movies or like the top 10, blah blah blah. Antichrist was one of them. I looked it up on like Rotten. I used to go on Rotten Tomatoes. That's what it was, and just look up like what's new, what's like popular, what's blah 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 blah.
Right.
Antichrist came up, and I had to find like this German, like Ukrainian website or something that like
because it wasn't mass produced, like it wasn't advertised or nothing.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have thought it would have been on Netflix, but I guess if Nymphomaniac was too, I guess it would have been.
Well, it was like because when I saw the Nymphomaniac trailer, I was like, what? Like I got all into this guy. I was like, I need to see these movies. I was like, this guy like looks crazy, and I want to see this because it looks intriguing. But that's when I found out it's but like a part of this trilogy type thing.
I didn't know it was a trilogy at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
now I gotta go see Melancholy.
So then and that's when I had Netflix on my Surface. So I was like, oh, let me see if this movie's on here by chance. And sure enough, it was. And I was like, let me check it out. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to wait to watch this when I get home. I was
not
like,
to take away from the what's the director's name?
Lars Von Trier.
Lars Von Trier. Have you seen Serbian films?
Yes, I was just about to say I have it on Blu-ray in my house.
Do you really? Is
Yeah.
it the uncut one? Or whatever? Can I borrow it?
Yeah, I was like, I think it's uncut. It's not even rated, so
okay, that's then because I had that movie too.
That movie is brutal.
I found the blah blah blah, or about how crazy it was, so I like had to watch it because it was like I just have to keep testing my limits on these movies, right? And I had to go on this fucking weird site to like stream it, but come to find like on the comments they were like, this isn't the real. This one is like baby to like what the real.
I have the real movie.
I need to borrow that.
Yeah, I'll bring it to you. Yeah. I have the movie. I ordered it from Best Buy and it took a whole month to get shipped because it got ordered from some other third party website.
Because it's not supposed to be in here, right? Like,
no,
that's the reason why I couldn't find it streaming because it's
technically banned in America, but you can still get it. I mean, it's not like the FBI.
I mean, I have seen it. I mean, I know what the plot is and how it ends and all that.
It's
which is
so
fucking
great.
insane.
If you haven't seen it, look up in your free time Antichrist, Nymphomaniac. Melancholy, I've only seen part of it, but it wasn't super like stand out.
Oh, you haven't watched the whole thing?
I haven't watched the whole thing. I've watched the beginning.
Kirsten Dunst does some weird, indie films.
Yeah, surprising. That's why I was like, Kirsten Dunst, all right.
Yeah.
But no, a Serbian film definitely must be on your to watch list before you die.
If you like to be disgusted.
Yeah, it's very sex heavy too.
Very disgusting.
There's a lot
It's all sex. And
it's torture porn. Serbian film is torture porn.
It's torture porn. And it's more like if you're kind of like a little bit of a masochist, this movie's for you because you just hate yourself for watching it. And but then you can't not finish it because you have to know how it ends. And you just feel even worse when you finish it.
Man, it's so good. I'm probably gonna rewatch it. Yeah, I gotta rewatch it.
Probably watch it.
Man, so those are.
Let's not watch it together though.
I'll watch it with you. I'll keep my hands above my pants. Like I'll just sit with hands tied like this.
But that's okay. So here's the thing too with those type of movies that I feel like. So like for people to walk out and say this is just senseless nonsense, violence and blah blah blah, and there's no need for that. Kind of, fuck. What's the word? It kind of values. It kind of makes. What's the word?
I don't know what you're looking for, but it makes it more. It makes it more.
Validates it. It validates it as art because there are so many films that just go really heavy on the violence with no content, with no like. What they call it? They call it gore horror. What is it? Those movies like the 80s kind of thing, and they've kind of redone it in the 90s and the 2000s where it's like
the B flicks.
Like B-flick, yeah. But there's a grindcore.
Grindhouse films, yeah.
And there's that genre of movies where it's just like senseless violence, crazy, just out of the top, over the top, this and that. But it's so cheesy because you can't.
I love those types of films.
No, but it has its place. It has its place for sure. But those are the type for those movie snobs that they can just kind of go, well. They won't even say anything because they're just like, this is just cheesy. Like, this is just nothing.
There's no plot. The acting is terrible.
So, for you to actually take all that almost, basically, and then really string together in like a real fucking where even they have something, like, they want to talk about it.
Plot and
they want
to,
like, say that it's really, like, the other ones, they won't even waste their time saying that it's not art because they're just like, oh, that's just Grindhouse. But this one's like, this is not, I really have to take a stand against this because it's so, like, impactful. Like, there you go, fucking great movie.
Exactly. And like, man, like and the fact that people walked out and are bashing it all over Twitter and stuff, I'm like, I'm going to probably watch it multiple times.
You know, they did that with The Exorcist too in the 70s. 72, The Exorcist, people were throwing up in the aisles, walking out. And I remember hearing about, I used to watch the I Love the 70s. On
yes!
Right?
I love those videos. I love those shows.
Yeah.
I love the 70s.
I love the 70s.
Or, I love the 80s 3D.
Okay, then it started getting crazy.
Okay.
So I love the 70s. I love the 80s. And then I love the 90s. Those all came out one after another.
I love the 2000s canceled
well,
early. So.
Then they started fucking with shit where they went, I love 2000s. That was like way too soon because we were still like in the 2000s.
It was like,
and then
2008.
they were like, okay, well, I think they liked the 80s a lot, so let's do 80s 3D. And it was like, well, you already had the I love the 80s where all the good stuff was there. You're just kind of like, anyways. But yeah, I loved all those shows. Anyways, I remember watching and I was little when that came out. I remember watching with my parents. I don't know if the fuck they let me watch that, but
right.
About The Exorcist, about how that blah blah blah. And I remember thinking, God, that'll never happen anymore. Especially since back in the 70s, that was so outrageous that nothing. I mean, and we have so much more outrageous things now. Mm-hmm. You'll never be able to. Everyone's so desensitized with media and
man, you'd be surprised.
Even
man.
as a younger kid, I was thinking like. I'm venerating the movie because I'm like, and I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
It's so
a classic.
Good. Yeah, and just being like, this movie was before its time. It was so jaw dropping and outrageous for its time, and it's great. And we'll never have one like that again. So it's really like refreshing, I guess. I don't know if that's correct word to call these type of movies refreshing.
No,
but that there's still that can evoke that emotion out of us because we're so numb to like emotion a lot now with like media and all that. And you just kind of laugh at it, whatever. And you can laugh at it, that's fine. But I don't know. I get like really into it.
I fucking love it, dude. Not people. I shouldn't say, but like when I go, like Leslie hates watching horror films with me because like even if it's supposed to be like that stupid Annabelle movie, and that's the first horror movie, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes here because if you get scared by a doll, fuck you. You're dumb. You're weak. So it's like same thing with Chucky. Chucky was like my favorite comedy of all time. Child's Play.
They're very campy. The Chucky movies are super campy.
They're so fun. Like, if you're scared of them, fuck you. So, Annabelle, we saw that in theaters.
Mrs. Seuss doesn't even get scared with Chucky.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, grow up. So with Annabelle, the whole thing was because that was part of the Conjuring, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so they made the spin-off, the prequel, with Annabelle. We saw that movie in theaters the day it came out. We saw it with a couple friends of ours. And it was a sold-out house. We were close to the front.
Was Annabelle not first? The Conjuring was first.
The Conjuring came out first, and then they did Annabelle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, like, the prequel or whatever.
Yeah.
So then, there's scenes in the movie, people are dying, and this and that, and I'm cracking up hysterically because it's so stupid. Paranormal Activities, The Conjuring, Insidious, all those movies are not scary. They're not scary. And I'm laughing at the people dying. The priest turns into a demon. I'm cracking up. I'm like, like, God, like pointing at the screen. I went, aw, because there was a baby in a baby carriage and almost got hit by an 18-wheeler, and it moved last second, and I was like, aw. And then somebody was like, shh. And I was like, man, fuck you. No, this is bullshit. This movie sucks. I didn't say that. I was just like...
So you're kind of like a heckler. That's why you really like to go, is to heckle the movie.
No, I hate seeing them in theaters because I know how I'm going to react. And Leslie... Oh, yeah, you won't be like that. So I know you're better than that.
Those movies, I agree. I'm not one to put myself out there like that. Anyways,
exactly. I don't like going to see them in theaters.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't like the attention I would get to act like that in a scary movie. But I agree with you in the sense, like with Annabelle, The Conjuring, I don't really like those. They're too commercialized. They're too it's a very algorithmic, setup of how, scare scene here, jump scene.
We think we're going to scare you here. The music jumps.
Yeah, shrill violins.
Then they
here.
turn. Ah!
Nothing's there, but it gets your heart rate going because you're ready for something. And then, whatever.
And then you're like, oh, okay, never mind.
No, Paranormal Activity. That one...
The first one was interesting.
Really enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed. I don't really get scared, though, to be honest. I don't. Because I really don't believe in that stuff so much that it doesn't come home with me. I think a lot of people have a little bit of it, so it kind of... That's what's scary is that... what if? But like, I really don't, so it doesn't scare me. But I love good cinema. And now, Paranormal Activity was really interesting at the time because I was 17, 18 at the time when it came out.
Man, I was a freshman, I think. Maybe I was in 8th grade.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut your baby whore mouth right
sorry!
But when it came out, the big thing about it was that it was real. There was this big controversy that it was real footage, or that it was
there's no cast list, there's no director,
so that was so different that even though you went and watched
respect the family,
even though you watch and you're like, this can't be real, but at the time, now it's so ridiculous now, but at the time you kind of go, fuck, no cast list, god damn it, like, where did this happen, like, what the fuck, you know, and watching, I remember watching it, and but it was really, I really liked that, the way they did it. I appreciated how they. The
first one was fantastic because it was new.
The first one was the only good one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then and I was like,
it all went downhill.
Yeah, and then I haven't even. Apparently, there's one with cholos.
Yeah, the 5th one. There's 5. I didn't
even know about a 5th one. I was just like, what? They bring ghosts in the hood? Like, what are you talking about?
It goes into that, because Mexicans have like that Santeria bullshit. So,
no, yeah.
But that thing too is like they could have made it good if just bring closure to it. Like every movie after that was like delved deeper, but also made it just more vast for like more movies to be made. So I as a fan would watch it because I just want to like get this finished. Like, where does it come from? Like, what is the end all of it? Like,
right.
And every time they went a little deeper, but then it made it a lot more questions to be answered.
Yeah. So that like leaves it to like The Purge. The first one, fantastic.
Fucking hate The Purge. No.
You don't like The Purge?
I hate the first one.
No, I thought it was good. Like, it wasn't the best acting, best writing, best nothing.
Hated it.
I was just like, I've never seen a movie like this. But then they had to make a sequel.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and then I was like, exactly.
And then they made
The
Purge election year, and I'm like, what? And then now there's going to be the first Purge coming out this summer.
Really?
Yeah, it's the fourth.
I refuse to watch them. Like, I refuse.
So, but the fourth one, so this new one, real quick, they're trying to make a political statement because
they did it with the third one. Too.
Well, no, here the poster, the poster of the Purge movie is just white with a red hat. Make America Great Again.
But it was way before then, so how was it supposed to be the prequel of all the movies?
They're saying like maybe the Trump administration is like the prelude to the Purge.
Cool. Well, maybe I'll watch it.
I was like, I don't know. I'm just like, okay, the first one should have been done.
If they show him get killed
with Cersei in it, so done.
The first one, Cersei's in it.
Yeah, Lena Headey. She's the mom.
The main character?
Yeah.
The one with the gun at the end. So the only part I remember, and the only part I actually like, was at the end where they're all sitting there. She has them all sitting there waiting for like the time for the purge to be over. And someone starts talking and she just goes, BAM! She goes, shut the fuck up! We're waiting till 5 o'clock! And then like, I'm like, that was the best part of the movie just because it like really felt like this movie's over, thank God. Like, and I didn't know that was Cersei.
Yeah, it's Lena Headey, yeah.
I mean, it was a long time ago, so I remember watching that going like, God, this is horrible writing. It makes no fucking sense. I mean, everything is like, it's everything you do for a horror film, and people ate it up. I mean, it was like, they followed the formula very well, but at this point in our lives with cinema, you can't just follow the formula. Like, apparently you can, because they have the fourth sequel coming on, but for me, it doesn't work. It doesn't jive with me.
I only saw it in theaters because I had recently turned 17 and I was able to go see rated R movies in theaters.
Oh, God.
So that was one of the first...
17. That was your first 17-year-old movie? Oh, my God.
Actually, no. It was the first movie that I legally bought tickets for.
Oh, okay.
I've seen rated R movies in theaters.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That you were able to buy it. Yeah.
And I only bought it because I was like, it was all the rage. And everybody was oh, who's going to see The Purge? And so I was like, I saw it, and I saw it in AVX.
I bought it bootlegged.
Really?
Yeah, but I had to see it. I bought it bootleg because I wanted to see it.
Isn't that the crazy thing? It was just like movies like you have to see, but you know you're not going to like enjoy it. It's like I have to see it.
I thought it was a good plot. It was horrible.
It was something new I've never seen before. But leaving the movie, I was like, that could have been.
It was more. I think I was disappointed in the fact that this movie came out with this plot that. The whole plot of The Purge of being able to do this, right? This carnal aspect. And I thought, in my head, I go, okay, I can see where this movie would go, but I know they're going to do better than that because that's obvious. And then they gave me the obvious. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I expected and was horrible. Like,
right.
It was kind of like when they, like, you ever see, like, an advertisement for, like, this new stupid burger at some fucking place and you're like, they make it sound really good, but I bet you it sucks with this, and it sucks. And I bet you this doesn't taste like that because you just know how that works. Like,
have you seen the commercials for the new
and
Hardee's
then you go
burger?
and eat it, and you're like, yeah, this fucking sucks. Like, I knew it fucking sucks.
This tasted
but
how I
you
figured.
wanted to like it because it sounded so good on the commercial. Yeah. What is it? The new
Hardee's burger or the new Carl's Jr. burger, where it's like the burger
down
pulled
here.
pork
It's Carl's Jr. Right?
Actually, no. Carl's Jr.'s are all closed in Texas.
I thought they were the same thing. They are the same thing.
Carl's Jr. is owned by Hardee's, but it was just Carl's Jr.'s. But if you try to go to a Carl's Jr., there's like nothing open in San Antonio anymore.
Interesting.
And even going towards New Braunfels, the Carl's Jr. off of 35 closed.
In South Dakota, it was all Hardee's, and I never saw Carl's Jr. till I moved to Texas. Or lived here in Texas.
Because I think in the South it was just strictly Carl's Jr.'s, but then Hardee's bought Carl's Jr. But I think now they're just going to do Hardee's
I always
altogether.
thought that was weird. They have the same menu, the same logo. I was like, why don't they just have the same name?
No say.
I don't get it.
Me neither.
Ooh, break time.
Break time.
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week you're the jerk of the week. Jerkity jerk.
You're gonna hear the song. Oh.
Alright, well, the first jerk of the week is myself for making this goddamn drink. You wanna try it?
Yeah, fuck. Bottoms up, right? Oh, but you make it with diet soda. Oh, that's gonna make me.
And it's flat, too.
Oh, you fucker. Alright, whatever. Bottoms up, right? Oh, God.
David couldn't even put the drink down. He had to put it in my hands.
Fuck, it's right in my throat.
That's the fire. That's the fire water.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Your poor body.
Oh, my liver is to shit.
Oh, dude.
You ever have, I guess you wouldn't, any of the alcoholics out there, throughout the day, you have this ping in, like, your kidney? You're just like, ooh, fuck, like, goddamn, my kidney.
Man, that was like all vodka, bro.
I know. It gets better as a drink.
Christ. Better?
It's good! It's 110%.
Give it everything you got. Everything you got.
You seen the old Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
With Gene Wilder, where he goes, I don't remember the matter. He's like, 50% butter ripple and 70% blah, blah, blah. And then the teacher mom goes, that's 110%. And he goes, He takes a sip. She goes, how is it? He goes, it's good. that's me with my drinks.
Man.
My drinks are 110% alcohol. So now you know that about the teach.
Right? Fucking.
Big alcoholic. That's how you get through the math. You can't do math in this life without
Sober?
a buzz. Yeah, we can't do it sober. Okay, I got a couple tricks this week. I got a couple, and they're superfluous, so take it as you will. But this is just people that bug me. So the first thing, it's funny when you said nuance.
Nuance, okay.
Okay, so, and it's funny because you commented on the post of that, my friend here. Okay. I posted...
That was funny.
I posted this thing about vaccines and how it's stupid to think that they cause autism. And it was just a video debunking about why... All the research that's been done of why vaccines cause autism, every one of those people have been debunked. And out of the 12 original people that advocated for it have rescinded their, like...
And didn't the one guy get his medical license
The
taken
one
away?
guy that wrote the whole thing got his license revoked and everything, blah, blah, blah. But it had already started. Like, the ball started rolling and then conspiracy
It takes
theory.
one idiot to believe something and it actually,
and I didn't realize this, it started in Britain way before it got here.
Really?
And then, yeah, that's what the video said, too. It started in
I
Britain
didn't
with
watch
that guy.
that much, yeah.
And with the 12 people that signed off with his medical journal saying, like, yeah, this is something. And then as it started snowballing, and then everyone was like, this makes no fucking sense. And then everyone, all the 11 signatures were like, yeah, you're right. This is, nope, I don't endorse this. They all rescinded, like, no, I don't endorse it. The one guy that wrote it, the first signature,
He was like,
he
no, it
continued
is
to,
true.
got his medical license revoked, but even all that happened before, but then the stir kept going to Britain, and then it came to America, of course, as things tend to do, and blah, 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 blah. So, a friend of mine, he posted on there saying, he might listen to this, I don't know, he's very, like, shadow kind of like, if he does, you'll never know because he's not gonna let us know that he listens. Right. Because he's always like cloak and dagger about stuff just to know about it. Yeah. So he posts. The post was, I thought another word. I don't even remember.
I remember. And he goes, I thought another word. Because he didn't put any punctuation
so even the
marks.
way we're saying it, you realize that the way
way he said it is stupid. But, like, I could tell what he meant right off the bat. And I could definitely tell because a couple comments later, he put vagina. Yeah. And he spelled it weird,
I still didn't get that. It was, like, with 2 N's. So anyway, basically what he was saying was that he read vaccines don't cause... So the caption of the video was vaccines don't cause autism. This person read it as vaginas don't cause autism. But instead of just flat out saying that, he put teach through this rigorous puzzle. So, reading it now, though, I do get what he was saying. Okay, here we go. I found it.
So read it.
He put... So the caption says vaccines don't cause autism. He put, oh my fucking god, exclamation point, read another word doesn't cause it. So, and also, I read this as read another word doesn't cause it, right? So that threw me off. And I thought he was trying to convey, like, he had read something else about...
That debunked this video.
Or something like that, but it, like, was bad grammar, and I was totally confused. So I said... Is that a question? That is also something he used to be my team lead at Cracker Barrel, actually. Okay. And he's a very out gay man, and I love him to death. We have great conversations usually, one-on-one, like when we talk. But anyways, so he always used to say, "Is that a question?" Like if you didn't, so that's what I put. Is that a question? He put a GIF. I said, "No, honestly, I really don't know what you're talking about." Like I put another word because I'm like. Did you mean to say word? Did you mean to say article? Or did you mean to say something else that you're talking... Like, we're going to discuss this? He said vagina with 2 N's, which confused me even more because I was just like, what? Like, what are we talking about? He put, heteros. That's something he says too, which I get it. He's a gay man. He's marginalized society, so he's taking it back. I put, I think you're just bad at nuance for a homo. Because homosexuals tend to have this nuance about them. Like, if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, it's all nuance. You know, it's all, like, turning a phrase, turning a word. So I'm like, if he was trying to be funny, he didn't do it well because no one got it. And if he wasn't, then it really just doesn't make sense. And he started getting, like, deep, though. And it was kind of pissing me off because I'm just like, what are we talking about now? He put, wow, first I'm not straight enough, then I'm not gay enough. And I'm like... What I originally was gonna write was, no, you're plenty gay, Paul, but you just are not good at being funny, right? But I didn't. I put life. Am I right? Like, I'm trying to diffuse the situation again. Like, just drop it. I don't know what you're talking about, and you obviously don't want to explain it, so whatever.
And when did I come in? Did I come in after that?
So then he posts, it's so disappointing. Period. I can't even breathe either, which was to me was just weird. Again, that's him getting on his pedestal of being gay and being that's him making it sound like, whatever. Right. I didn't respond. I was like, whatever, dude. That's when you post. He said, teach. He was saying he read, quotations, vaginas don't cause autism, end quotation, oh my god, LOL. And then I go, oh, that fucking makes sense now, what he put. Now I get it. So I put, oh, I get it now. That absolutely was not translating for me. He says, thanks, David. I wasn't sure what I missed. I said, and then I put, God damn it, Paul, why didn't you just say that in the first place? Like, you know. And then he goes, I thought I did. Evidently other people did, but you, lower yourself to my level. Again, he's making this like poor me thing or something where I'm just like, why are we making this big of a deal? And the way we are personally, like, I don't know why he's coming at me like that. Like, that kind of makes me sound like an asshole, you know? Make me sound like an asshole. I said, punctuation, word choice, sentence structure. I mean, there were a lot of things considered. That was my quote. That was everything I said. He said, wow, sorry, English wasn't my first language. So now, not only is he doing the gay card, now he's doing the Mexican card.
You've activated his trap card.
Which he's... He's Mexican, but he speaks... I've heard him speak Spanish. He speaks trash Spanish. He speaks way better English than Spanish. He has a bachelor in at UTSA in anthropology. So I know he fucking knows English. He had to write papers. Like, so
right.
give me... I put so extra with SpongeBob with his big hair on a seahorse. Like, anyways, so you... I just say his name earlier, but I won't say it again in case you didn't catch it. But that was just fucking unnecessary. Like,
right.
And we could have made it. See, the thing is that was funny that I didn't catch it. We could have made a big laugh at my
That's
expense.
why I laughed, because I was like,
yeah.
What did the teach get? He's trying to say vaginas.
I'm totally cool with that. I missed that. We could have made a big haha about how I missed that. But instead it turned to the poor gay Mexican. Like,
who doesn't speak English.
Which, the fuck out of here. Like, I'm the biggest advocate for LGBTQ and fucking marginalized people. And I'm Mexican, too. So, don't come at me with that bullshit. So, you're a jerk of the week.
Jerk.
Jerk. Okay, so there's that.
Right.
Which is Facebook, man. Causes me more troubles. It makes me more pissed off at people when I'm not even talking to them in real life. It's all Facebook. It's still pissing me off.
Exactly. Drink.
All right, drink right. See, the ice melted.
You know what? We haven't even had cheers in a while, so cheers. There we
Cheers. I guess I'll drink again. I gotta space this out though. These are like shots.
go. Yeah. I want every sip is a shot in that fucker.
I'm going to Jack in the Box tonight. Munchie box. Woo! $5.99.
I would throw up.
I'm gonna smoke a little pot, eat my meal.
Hey.
I know. Pot doesn't make you interesting, but
Hey. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, my other jerk of the week is Blackboard. If anyone's in college and has Blackboard and has to use that shit, it's the fucking worst. And the teachers consequently. So here, I'll explain. I'm a math guy. I'm no longer a math major, so I guess I don't have as much standing on being pissed off at this. I know. Boo. But being a math person, Blackboard gives you it shows you, even when you first start a class, a lot of teachers, if they're good teachers, yeah, it's kicking in. Am I slurring? I have to listen to this later. It'll give you all the assignments with like a nothing, like you haven't taken them yet. Like in the beginning of the semester, you'll see like, I don't know, 10 assignments, right? Or 5 assignments, and it'll say how much it's worth, and then it'll have like a dash that like you haven't done it yet, right? Mm-hmm. So it's dash out of 100 points, 50 points, 200 points, right?
Right.
This shows you how important certain assignments are, because if one assignment is a dash out of 50, and then the next one is dash out of 200, the dash out of 200 is worth more than the 50. So you know, that gives you kind of context of like, this one I need to really work on, this one I maybe not have to be so good on because it's only worth blah, 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 right?
Right.
So, I've done this class, a geography fucking class. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm going to teach math.
A geography class?
Geography. United States and Canada geography. And it was the worst fucking class I've ever taken. It was online. Yeah, exactly. I think he was a Nazi. And all he did was, he was the shittiest teacher ever. All he did was, you had to do 5 10-page paper essays throughout the semester, and then 4 little blurbs on like discussion posts, whatever. So like the discussion posts obviously were like 50 points, right? And then the major assignments, the 10-page papers, were 200 points. So I do it, blah blah blah, and I slacked on it because I could tell he didn't give a shit. It was all you had to do was read a chapter of the book, write a 10-page paper, which the chapter wasn't even 10 pages. So how the fuck am I supposed to write 10 pages on this shit off a paragraph, right?
I would have been drop class.
No, I didn't, because I figured, this guy obviously isn't about it, so like I just have to turn shit in. You can tell teachers like that. The way they do, you're like, okay, I just need to turn something in. It could be total bullshit. They're just gonna give you a grade. He gets paid for the semester for that class. I get my A or my B, and we're good. Like, I understand.
D's make degrees.
Not a D. If I was gonna get a D, I would have dropped it. So anyways, I kind of slack on the ones that are 50 points or whatever, and I make like 30 out of 50 or something. And then my major assignments, I maybe only write 7 or 8 pages, so I get like a 80 out of... Either way, I'm like, if I get a B, I'm golden with that. Anyways, it's an algorithm, it adds it all up, and at the end of the semester, it shows you blank out of blank. And the teachers can change it. So anyways, at the end of this class, I got like, basically what it came down to was an 80. The way the system worked, it was this many points out of these many points, and when you do the division, it's an 80.
Right.
Which I'll take because I didn't really fuck with anything this semester on that class. I get it. I slacked.
Right.
But I should get my 80 because that's what it says on Blackboard. But then I go to my degree works, which is my transcript. I have a D in the class. And that doesn't make... So I messaged my fucking advisor and I go, okay, it says on my transcript that I got a D in this class, but on Blackboard it shows that I have an 80. Why is that? My advisor goes, well, some assignments are worth more than others. And I go, I haven't responded, but in my head I go, it shows the ones that are more prevalent than the others because it's blank out of 200 versus blank out of 50 points. Like, I know which ones were... So, I don't know where I got a D from. And so, fuck the guy. And the Blackboard and all that shit.
Fuck all of them. Fuck them, you jerks.
And geography.
Yeah,
and
fuck.
United States and Canada.
Fuck Canada.
Fuck them all.
Ah.
I'm super pissed about it. Anyways.
Man.
And
I would be too.
I'm going to fight it a little bit. I don't think I will win because it'll probably just be a D. And it doesn't really matter because of this class. I got all A's for the rest of it, so it really didn't do too much, but I'm like, it says
It's
I got
still
a
the fact.
B.
It's still the technicality.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
And
No,
it
I
does
would be the
drop
same
it a
way.
little bit. I mean, it works in there to where it does fuck with me a little bit, even if it's not too much, but it's like,
Right.
now I can't slack on anything else. Anyways, that's just dumb.
Yeah.
I don't get how the fuck that works.
Fuck you, Blackboard.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this other class, the points worked out where I would have gotten like a C, the way it worked, but she gave me an A. So on my transcript it says A, even though the points show like a C or a B or something. So I'm like, it just pisses me off though, because why am I following this shit if it doesn't even fucking matter? The teacher
Right.
can just say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Fuck. He didn't show up for class. Fuck him. Fail him.
And actually, it was both my online classes. So.
Really?
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
man.
anyways, there you go.
Yeah.
No jerk of the week, David?
No, I really can't. I really can't think of. I was going to say, because when I went to the store to go buy my drinks, I wore my one... I never know how to pronounce it. I've heard people pronounce it both ways. Brujeria. Either way, they're a death metal band from Mexico, and one of the t-shirts I have is a real-life person, like with their face chopped off, like an cartel execution photo.
On your shirt?
On my shirt, yeah. You never see me wear it?
No.
Oh.
It's like a person's head chopped up. In
Well,
half?
it's a dead body, and the face is like kind of half carved off, where like the skin is kind of flapping over, and like their eye is like hanging out of their eye socket.
It's like a photo.
It's a real photo.
It's not like a caricature or something.
Real photo. I'm surprised I've never worn it here before. I wear it all the time. Any chance I get, it's starting to shrink on me, but any chance I get to wear it out in public,
Is it shrinking or are
I
you...
fucking go up. It's a combination of both. I wear it a lot, so it shrinks. Plus, I'm getting fatter, so it's like it's that double that's just hitting it. It's that combo.
I mean, I have that problem
Yeah.
for 10 years now. So.
I'm still in denial that I'm gaining weight. I'm still think I'm this 110-pound little twerp. So I mean, I guess I could say the jerks of the week are the people who give me ugly looks for wearing it. So I saw this band.
No, you can't, dude. You're the jerk of the week.
Yeah.
that is pretty explicit stuff to
I
be wearing.
love wearing it out in public. So that's,
That's
why I'm like,
fine, but you can't be mad about the
no, that's what I'm
exposure that it
no,
gets.
because here's the thing. I'm mad at the people that don't give me dirty looks for wearing
okay.
it because
Okay.
I wear it for attention. Damn it.
Yeah. That I can do.
But no, because I saw this band in San Antonio last year. Jay Frenzy, shout out. He bought me a ticket to go see them for Christmas. It was in January. It was a couple weeks before the Royal Rumble 2017. And I saw them. It wasn't a big crowd. It was pretty small because they're not like a big notorious band. But it was one of the rowdier shows I've been to.
Notorious, I think. Or they're infamous.
They don't have a huge following.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're kind of like underground, quote unquote. I didn't hear about them until a couple years ago.
Well, I only know two people that know them. You and my friend, and Dwayne.
He knows who who
yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But he's also very into that stuff too, so I guess in my circle I feel like that's a big people that know.
No,
but
dude, there was like less than 200 people at the concert.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a small. It was so empty.
Now,
I
I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but I mean they rock some pretty good hard metal music. Like
They're death metal, yeah. They're
You know
like
what
a
I mean?
Mexican cartel death metal band.
Yeah.
They're linked, quote unquote, to the cartel. They wear bandanas and masks and
No
stuff when they
fucking
perform.
way.
That's why the whole concept that like, oh,
I feel
yeah,
like the cartel would not be okay with that. Like,
yeah,
they're
and
putting
so
all
it's
their
like,
work out
like,
there.
like one of those types of songs called the corridos, where it's like the songs about like the executions and stuff. Like those things are real. I believe those. They're singing songs about crime, but it's like this band.
But that's public knowledge.
Yeah, but this band publicly saying we're linked to the cartel.
Yeah.
We're with them. We execute people. I don't think you'd be going around saying that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're
if you're
doing
really
the
doing
whole
it.
Satanist thing.
And one of the bassists is also in a band called Napalm Death, and you can tell because the members of the band of Brujeria, they have like little nicknames, like the lead singer is Juan Brujo, and it's like little nicknames, and it's like when the guitarist is up there, the bassist, I'm like, hey, I recognize that curly hair. Like when I finally saw them live, I was like, you're the asshole from Napalm Death. What the fuck? Like he's wearing a bandana and he's wearing a hat.
Well,
he's
it was
all-
just like with Black Sabbath and like Led Zeppelin, they all like worship the devil, right? That was part
Well,
of
Led
their-
Zeppelin was because the music played backwards. Black Sabbath is because they literally sang songs about the devil.
But like they really didn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just
Same thing with Slayer. Like everybody
Yeah.
thinks Slayer worships the devil, but they don't. Like,
it was just and they advocate for it because it's good ratings to be out there like that.
fuck yeah! Like that's why I got a pentagram. Like you know how many
Yeah.
metal bands use pentagrams
well, yeah,
as their logo? It's like
and it desensitizes it. It's just something that's like
it's so cool. Like so that's the funny thing. So in
you're
high
taking
school,
it back.
I'm not taking it back.
Porch
Porch monkey. Porch monkey. Hey, it's cool. I'm taking it back. Clerks 2 reference there. If you see it, that's a great movie too.
I once heard my grandmother refer to a broken bottle as a nigger knife. You might want to cut that out.
Right.
No, you don't have to cut it
No,
out.
I'm not cutting it out. I guess that's why she said, always be nice to the little Jewish boy, also put the Shimi curse on me.
She needs a racist slur. It's Dante.
Fucking kike and all that shit. Yeah, so like in high school, I think it was for world history. We got into a part about religion and world religions.
history.
And I did because everybody believed I believed in the devil, like in that I worshiped the devil and stuff. Just because I wore Iron Maiden, Slayer,
Yeah.
Sabbath, Cannibal Corpse, like I wore all these types of shirts. 'cause
It's
they're
like
my
a cool
favorite
little
bands.
joke for you against society too, though. 'cause
Exactly, it's
you
like,
know about the
I don't
bands
worship
that-
the devil.
yeah.
Like I know they don't worship the devil. Like so, it's like man, fuck them. Like I don't care. But I remember I did a whole project. I did a PowerPoint presentation on Satanism. On how it should be recognized as a real life religion, and that how it has this big following. The leader Anthony Levine, or how you pronounce his Anton Levine, so LaVey, there you go. See that I can tell you I don't worship the devil because I don't know the founding father.
He didn't really either.
It's
Did you
like-
do your project right?
Well, here's the thing. So the main point that I put in, because my main thing was saying that Satanism is better than Catholicism and Catholic, or that same thing, and Christianity, because the pillars that they're built upon, their 10 commandments, make more sense than the 10 commandments that the fucking Bible has. And, it's treat people, in a nutshell, Satanism is treat people with respect, don't harm other people, and do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
But stand up for yourself. Don't be a little pussy.
Have you
Don't
read
be a
the
pushover.
Satanic Bible?
I haven't
LaVey?
read it. I've read the commandments. I read back when,
I don't know how far you want to get into it, but I was an avid. I did advocate as a Satanist at a certain.
I
point
would
in
say
time.
I was like, hey, but you know what? I'm not a Satanist, but man, if I had to pick a religion, this is where I would go.
I did for a time, and the only thing that I really didn't like about it was that at the end of the book is all like the weird ritual shit that I don't really like.
Right,
That part was just out there for me, and it's funny because I do the ritual shit here, but it's not the same as like you don't really invoke real, or you think of real entities and blah blah blah.
Right.
But Levain Satanism is interesting because everything really it's a farce. It's a farce on Catholicism. That's really all Ant LaVey did. It was just a way to mock Catholicism.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, and it's great, and it's so like kind of us because we're very satirical and like
Because we could get that.
turn
We
thing
can-
on its head,
Right.
and just like and go with it in like a really obnoxious kind of like funny way,
and really sell it.
Yeah. I remember so all their commandments. So the 10 Commandments, and LaVey Satanism, because there's different Satanism too, though. But Aunt LaVey Satanism it was everything where he said, well, everything in the Catholicism Ten Commandments is about keeping yourself away from human emotion. Don't do this, don't do that, because you as a person want to do that, and that was a way to control you. Versus Aunt LaVey's Satanism was like, no, do it all. Do that as long as their other participants are willing, as long as it's not children, and as long as you're not killing anything.
Exactly.
You're good to go. It's all fair game. Yeah.
So, and that's what the cool thing is. So I remember after I did this whole thing and I brought up Liberace was a Satanist. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I didn't know that.
I was like, and then people were like, oh, it's because he's gay. Like back then, that time
yeah,
frame.
Of course
he worships the devil. He likes dick in his ass.
Right.
So
that
was
was the devil's work.
Yeah. So then I was doing all this stuff, and then I was showing, and really I use it as an example to play my favorite songs in the fucking PowerPoint because I knew how to put music in PowerPoint. It was all fucking Raining Blood and Them by King Diamond. I'm playing all these fucking metal songs. It's just a chance to show off my extensive iTunes library. That's what I used it for. Like, here's the songs I like with back information about the devil on the background with pictures of Baphomet where he's all in his little thing and everything.
You ever liked ICP?
I loved ICP when I was in high school. I was afraid to ask.
I loved
Were you a juggalo?
No,
Nah.
I wasn't. But I
was a juggalo.
I always fucked with juggalos, especially in South Dakota, because they have their yearly thing in Denver.
The gathering. The gathering. Of
So there was always a ton of people there, and in South Dakota it was a big following too. And I mean, I would drink and smoke pot with all
up
the
north. Up north,
oh, it's a big thing. It's a really big thing.
The gathering. So it's funny you mentioned the gathering juggalos. So I'm going to mention this real quick because I'll get so in depth with it. So
I like their songs though.
Me too. Like ICP was hilarious. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It was outrageous.
It's like they're really rapping about this, quote unquote rapping. Like this is hilarious. I really
and their
enjoyed
little feud with Eminem.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It was all a show. It was
And they just came to San Antonio not too long ago. I didn't get to go see them. I don't think I would pay money to go see them now.
No, probably not.
But I was like, maybe back in high school, I would go see them.
Just for the nostalgia of it.
Right, the netting game.
Wait, what was the soda they always use?
Faygo. Faygo showers.
Yeah. Because it's from California. That shit was. I loved ICP.
So, So, the Gathering of the Juggalos. So, as you may know, I'm wearing my EDC tank top right now. Today, this week is EDC week. EDC Las Vegas is this weekend. So, have fun. Anybody, I know one viewer who's going for sure. Jay Frenzy, I hope you had the time of your life. By the time you listen to this, it'll probably be over. But I hope you had an amazing time. But there's this, they're broken up now, but there was this group called Flosstradamus. It was these two guys. And they were one of the first EDM DJs to play the Gathering of the Juggalos a couple years ago. And it was kind of like this Gathering of the Juggalos puts Twisted, puts all those
You ever heard of Head PE?
Head PE? No.
They have that song called Swan Dive.
Mm-hmm.
We'll listen to it after this.
Okay. So ICP would always book people off of Psychopathic Records and that type of genre of rap music, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was kind of like, what? ICP booked Flosstradamus. They booked these DJs to play, and I watched it was this Viceland documentary about the history of the Gathering of the Juggalos plus the history of Flosstradamus and then them coming together and whatnot. And Flosstradamus fucking killed it, and the crowd was so hype into the show, and they had a really killer set, and it was really cool. And then it's a cool thing too, because Flosstradamus, they would always have these have this voiceover that would say whatever event they're at. So when I saw them at EDC, or when I saw them at Mad Decent Block Party, when they were still together, it was all Mad Decent Block Party, New Braunfels, and it was all epic and everything. So when I saw them EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival 2017. So at this one, it was Gathering of the Juggalos. It was all crazy. So I'm like, what? But that up north, the family, the Juggalos.
Oh,
dude, they're huge,
really
man.
Big following. Yeah, and I don't know. I love the aspect of people that are in on it. You know, like ICP, they know. They know that. Is it? I don't know.
I can't even do it. Yeah. I'm all.
ICP, the band, knows that it's nothing, but it becomes something because there's enough people to back it, and that's what's cool about
They're
it.
the most dangerous gang in the world.
Right, right. Meanwhile, I've seen the things where like they donate so much. To,
Yeah,
like,
they're like the most charitable. They're like the nicest guys in the world.
And the thing is like it's all out there. They're very transparent. It's not like they hide it or anything too. They're very transparent with everything they do, and that's what's cool. Is that it's just like they're in on the joke. It's like people. You make this big thing, and you make people, and then people start getting into it too, and they are into it. But then it starts getting farther and farther from them, and then it becomes like this real, like almost religion type of aspect to it. And then other people start tribalizing it, and like, no, ICP and Juggalos are like the shit of the world, and they're like, yeah, that's right. You know, they kind of play with that too, and it's just funny. Like it's really awesome that they're a part of that. You know, they're making like this big movement. And their music, some of it is pretty shitty, but a lot of it, it's shitty music, but it's still like cool to listen to, or it's interesting to listen to because they know that it's not the best shit either.
It's not.
It's more outrageous, and it's more like a statement than.
It's funny,
you know.
and then now at this age, I'm like, it's a nostalgia thing. Like now, if I hear, like if I hear some ICP fuck the world.
My thing was homies.
Homies.
Yeah,
homies.
That's my dog. I did a
motherfucking homies.
You had a choice. I had to do a paper on what is it called? Not the Grapes of Wrath, but Lenny. There's a book where like they're the cowboys going to a thing or whatever, and Lenny's like this big dumb guy, and he's the one that makes it from like Bugs Bunny.
Where he's like shoots him in the head.
Yeah. What's it called? Do you remember? It's not Grapes of Wrath. I don't know why Grapes of Wrath is coming up. I never had to read that. It was.
He's like, I'm sorry. You should.
He's like the bunnies, George, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I had to. You had a choice if you could like write an essay about it, or you could make a PowerPoint, or you could make a CD. So I made a CD, and like Homies was part of it because it was like George and Lenny were fucking homies. Like, and I got like a super good grade on it. And I think I did like Led Zeppelin too. With,
your teacher's all like, yeah, whoop whoop.
Yeah, I put Led Zeppelin on, and she was like, I love it. She was like an older lady too, and she was like, I love Led Zeppelin. I was like, what? Like, that's insane. Like, that was all dry. Like, I know what your past is now because you love Led Zeppelin. But
fucking, how many guys ran a train on you? Like,
yeah, like, okay, groupie. And it's
homie hopper.
All you do is fuck, smoke, and have sex. So, wait, I already said fuck. Drink, smoke, and have sex.
Fuck, drink, fuck, smoke,
drink,
and have sex.
get high.
Right, man, dude. The drinking and the fucking sounds fantastic to me.
That's so funny.
Dude.
I was actually ICP is like a bad word sometimes, and Juggalos is like. So I literally before I brought that up, I was just gonna do it anyways, just because like
ICP.
For the
that's
podcast.
how I always abbreviate.
But what I'm saying is like I was ready for you to have like the man fuck ICP.
Oh no!
Fuck, there's
surprisingly no. That's like one of my guilty
pleasures. Yeah,
it's
for
like.
Sure.
Because I have a really good friend of mine who's hardcore Juggalo. He has the Hatchet Man. And also, too, like, he has the Hatchet Man tattoo on him and everything. Yeah. And honestly, ICP and St. Clown Posse, they're really embedded into the wrestling history as well. Oh. Still to this day, people bring Hatchet Man signs to WWE events. They wrestle. They have their own wrestling corporation. I don't know if it's still around. ICW, Insane Champion Shit Wrestling. It's like they have their own wrestling league.
You say Insane Champion?
Insane Champion Shit.
Oh.
Instead of championship, champion shit wrestling.
Oh,
like it's supposed to be stupid and extreme on purpose.
Oh,
like it's so over the top.
Whole persona, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, like I don't know if it's still today. Like I know there is an ICW, but it's like an actual British corporation.
They would definitely do well in the wrestling world because of all that
they're
type of over the top.
Yeah, like it's so they were in WWE.
Goldberg.
They're
not Goldberg.
Gilbert.
No, what's the gold meanie, blue meanie? Goldust,
he's cool.
I'm saying he looks like he could be an ICP.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that style.
Well, because Insane Clown Posse, they were in WWE for a very small period of time. They were actually signed wrestlers.
Yeah.
I think they either came out at a SummerSlam or a WrestleMania.
Did people hate him so much?
Nobody cared about him. Nobody loved. Everyone was like, "What?
Whatever.
Like this is taking time away from somebody else that could be wrestling? Like what?" But no, that's funny. No, ICP, it's funny. It's just like talking about homies.
It's so funny. I would like to meet with I had friends. I had two coworkers. They were brothers, at McDonald's in South Dakota that were big ICP fans. I mean, like, yeah, like they were, Hatchet Man tattoos and like Hatchet Man necklaces and their hats and all that. And up there, again, it's such a small knit community that like you find something like that, they ran with it because it was just so different, you know. So it'd be funny to talk to them now because I was what 15 or 16 at the time, and they were maybe in their early 20s, really into it. Like, I wonder if they're still. They were so about it though. I mean, like,
Clown for Life,
their
man.
whole year like was planned around the gathering. You know what I mean? Like that was what they did every year. So that's just funny. That's why I like Facebook and shit too, because sometimes you can find. I can't remember the names now though, but sometimes I'll randomly remember a name from like.
And you want to go look them up
From
and
either
see
South Dakota or like Wichita Falls or like people like where I've lived and this and are just like, but then it's kind of creepy. I'm like, is that kind of creepy that like I just
I don't know.
randomly
I honestly
find
do the
someone?
same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and like I'll remember somebody random from my elementary school, and I'm like, who? I was like, I wonder what they're doing now. I wonder if they're on Facebook. And I'll try to look like this is one guy, Andrew Coombs. I'll be like, I was like, I remember me and him argued a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh. Let me see what he looks like. He looks exactly the same. I don't know what I expected. So I just went back to my profile and carried on with my day.
I had a friend in South Dakota that I had my initial friend that I made because we were in band together, but he was cool. We started smoking a lot of pot. I didn't smoke a lot. I was not good at smoking pot, so I would freak out, but he would just kind of take care of me the whole time. But we would have friends, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, we were friends, and his name was Sam Palmer, and we were like, for like 2 years, it was just me and my buddy Sam, because I was very scared to like venture off. Right. But then once I like figured out that I liked partying, like blah blah blah, and then I met like the bad crowd or whatever, like a group of guys that we just always partied. He wasn't really a part of that group though. And so there was this transition of like, and I was a shitty friend because we were such good friends. And then once I started hanging out with these guys, I totally started just blowing them off, like completely like blowing them off. We almost had a three with his girlfriend. Like we were close. Like we really, like they fucked in front of me. And that was my cue, but I was stoned, and I'm useless when I'm stoned, so I didn't know what to do. So I just ended up sitting there the whole time. And
you didn't jerk off or nothing?
Not even jerk off. No, I was it wasn't like initiated the right way to like this was what's going to happen. It was like we had kind of talked about it, but then we just got really high, and then she came in, and then it started happening, and I just freaked out, and just kind of just sat there zoned out.
It should have been like that WWE where you're on the ring.
Well, the thing is that, again, really weird. That's just really awkward to be in that situation anyways, but, so that's the only point of saying that was that how close we really were. Like, that was like, we were that close of friends. Like, well, and he was almost willing to, like, we were going to share his girlfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, when I started kind of venturing out though and meeting other people and started hanging out with like the group of kids or whatever that was partying, I was a shitty friend, started blowing him off, you know, like totally, and I never invited him because I just always feel like he wouldn't have enjoyed it. He would have like clung to me a little bit. That was always my worry, was like because when me and these new friends would go to parties, we'd hang out before and after, but when we went to the party,
it was socializing.
We did not talk to each other,
right?
Unless like there was some aspect of like, you know, this girl, you know, or something like that. But even then, you branch out. And I was like, if I bring Sam into it, he's just gonna be like right next to me the whole fucking time because he doesn't know anyone either. Right. So blah blah blah. I get in trouble. I move. It was always like left. I just never talked to him again, right? Because I moved down here and it was a big abrupt thing. Found him on Facebook though, right? And it was insane because I'm like, my nigga Sam, like, oh fuck. I'm trying not to say that anymore, but it comes out sometimes. Like, that's really who he was to me, you know? Right? Like, he was really close. And I messaged him, and I was just like, hey man, like, check it out. Like, I'd love to catch up. I gave him my phone number. I was like, you ever got the chance, just give me a call. Like, I'd love to just catch up and like shoot the shit with you. And I saw him read it, right? His scene. I never heard from him back. Wow. Yeah, but I'm like, maybe that's weird. You know, like maybe it was weird on me to do that.
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, that's not weird at all. You shouldn't have to feel weird about that. That's I mean, you're being a really generous person. Generous? Nah, I don't know. I'm getting drunk now. It's like, damn, I really.
Well, it was just the aspect.
Because I'm the same way. Because I would be like, hey, like I wasn't stalking or nothing, or like I wouldn't say that, but it's like, look, I ran across your profile. Like I do that a lot, where I'm like, hey, I remember this person. I send them a friend request. May not message them because I'm like, I don't know what to say in that like point in time. But I send them a friend request, and either like that friend request just sits there for a long time. Or, like, I wonder if they added me, and then I go to, like, to my outgoing friend request, nothing's there, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, they declined you.
I was like,
because you usually get a notification that they added you.
If they added me, yeah. But
so
then,
if it's
like,
not there, then they declined it.
Yeah, so I'm
That's
like...
fucked up.
I was like, damn.
Man, fuck them.
Yeah, so don't worry about that guy. You got me.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm a homie.
That's right.
Homie.
That's my dog.
Talk about motherfucker.
I can't remember the rest of the song.
Right, so I'm just like, I was really trying hard. When I was doing this, I was like, what are the fucking lyrics to the song? Because all I know is homies.
Homie. Yeah, that's
and I remember something about
we're
like... Down for life.
So, yeah,
we're gonna have to listen to it after the show, so just to reminisce. Yeah, so we've spent an hour and a half at this point talking about stuff that we haven't even fucking planned. So
I knew this was gonna happen, to be honest.
The movie thing took a big chunk, which I'm very proud that happened.
When I like a movie, I'm fucking about that movie.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
So that I'm very happy that Teach and I now have this closer connection regarding Lars Von Trier films. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm starting to get really drunk. Goddamn. I don't know. I'm so smiling.
Dave has been drinking my drink.
I had one sip, man. What the fuck? So quick story we can get into, because I still want to get into the biggest story that happened just before we started recording today. With Pollo Loco.
Oh.
So more to come on Pollo Loco. But here's a story that
First of all, does anyone go there? Do y'all enjoy a Pollo?
Right.
What should I get? Where should I not go? I guess we'll find. We know.
We're going to talk about which one you shouldn't go to.
Yeah.
If you haven't read our Facebook page at this time, by the time this is being recorded. So first off, there was a story KSAT 12 shared. I'm a Ken's guy. I'm a KSAT 12 guy, and that's always been my news preference of choice in San Antonio.
Amen.
So KSAT shared a story that a woman who murdered her husband, her lover, and soon to be confirmed 9 other people, chopped up one of her victims and served it at a barbecue. She chopped up one of her murder victims.
Wait, what fucking segue we just take here?
I'm getting into the stories, the small stories that I want to get into before we lead up to the biggest story.
Okay.
But I just still want to touch upon these real quick. So yeah, there was no segue like I usually do. I'm drunk, so
I missed. I thought we were talking about Pollo Loco, and then
I said we're going to get into that one.
Okay,
that one's going to be your.
So they're not. So you're like me, which totally misinterpret that. They're not serving thighs and human legs at a Pollo.
No, yeah. A Pollo Loco is not the cannibals here. So yeah, but no. KSAT 12 shared a story where this woman, one of her victims, she chopped up and fed people at a barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, Cartman. Like fucking Scott Tenorman.
Where was this? Do you know?
I didn't read too in depth into the article. I just read the main points, and I was like,
you know,
what the fuck?
There's Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Yeah.
He's in
Museum of Death. We saw a bunch of this.
Jeffrey Dahmer. He was the one that would store gay men in his fridge and freezer and shower and blah 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 and try to make zombies and blah blah blah. And there's a lot of footage of his neighbors at the time when he got arrested, and figured out what he was doing, where they were like, I ate a sandwich at his place, and they don't know. No one, he never, came out with, right. Yeah. He never explicitly said that, but it's like, if you ate a sandwich at Jeffrey Dahmer's place from this time to this time, you probably was,
probably human.
Probably human meat, yeah.
You probably ate a dick. So,
can you imagine eating human meat?
Right?
Oh my god. Man. Have you watched that show, Santa Clarita Diet?
I've already finished it. I finished it in 2 days.
We're watching.
I finished the season. I finished season 1 in 1 day. I finished season 2 in 1 day.
It's great. It's totally my style.
Keep watching it. Keep watching it. I saw your post. I just didn't comment or do anything.
No,
with
we're
it.
in season 2. We're halfway through it too. So yeah.
Nathan Fillion is a revelation in that show.
Is he the dad?
He's in the beginning of the show. He's the coworker that is always groping Drew Barrymore.
Oh, Gary.
Gary, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's Nathan Fillion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's like a minor character, no? Okay,
but
okay,
you just started season 2, so keep your mouth shut. So,
you keep your mouth shut.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying to myself, I'm getting really drunk. I don't know why. I'm really smiley.
He almost punched me. David almost punched me.
I almost lunged at him.
He's getting really violent.
No, that's a great show. Santa Clarita Diet is a fan. It's something new.
This is, I don't know how this sounds, but you know what it reminds me of is Desperate Housewives. It has this. You ever watched Desperate Housewives?
Saw it with my parents back in the day.
Okay, it has the same connotation of that. Even, actually, the cop husband of the neighbor, who is actually the waitress of Sunny in Philadelphia. She's the waitress. Her husband, the cop, who gets in some trouble too. Yeah,
his name was Carlos in Desperate Housewives.
In Desperate Housewives, right? So it's funny that he's even in there, but the style of the show, it's different because this show is a lot more.
The music kind of reminds me of.
I was about to say that this show is not as campy, but it's actually just as campy about Desperate Housewives because the shock value of things happening, and then the way people act is like, the way they like suddenly and then have to like regroup and blah blah blah. It's the same formula, but I love it. I really enjoyed Desperate Housewives as a show. Even as an adult,
I guess I was too young to really comprehend it.
Yeah,
like I would watch it with my parents because it came out on Sundays, right?
Holy shit! This is David's third fucking tall boy.
Shit, that's
Holy
fucking
hell.
So what is this? So this is 7.5 fluid ounces. This Smirnoff can that I drink. This is
He is gonna have to have Leslie pick him up.
This is 24 ounces.
I don't know if I trust him walking home.
And this is another 24, so that's 48 plus 7.5.
Good lord.
This can't be 7.5. It's the same size as these cans.
Yeah, I think you're reading the alcohol content.
No, the alcohol content's 8%. This is right here.
This is really funny because it says one pint, 7.5 fluid ounces, and then in parentheses, 23.5 fluid ounces.
What the fuck does that mean? That's tripping me out.
I don't know.
So it has to be 24 ounces.
No, it is.
Yeah, I was like, because these are all the cans are all the same size. They're from the same aisle at HEB.
Why does this say 7.5 fluid
I don't know.
before the 23.5 fluid ounces?
I don't know, but fuck it. Who cares?
No, this is pissing me off.
I'm going to write to Smirnoff. You're smashing the laws
It's like saying, like, oh, I bought a quarter pounder, parentheses, half a quarter pounder.
Right. Not full quarter pounder. That's funny.
I guess that would be a 8.
Oh, I didn't even finish this one.
Chinga.
Pour it into the cold can.
Well, David, that was all spit.
No, that's not spit. Oh, fuck it, I'm drunk. But anyway. But yeah, Santa Clarita Diet.
It's a good show. Good show.
Great show.
Yeah. Really good show.
So yeah, human meat. Would you try it? Possibly, hopefully not.
I mean, if it was presented.
If it was presented to you?
If I didn't have to kill the person.
Right. If this
I'll try anything
like,
twice, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so, like, this is old lady Jenkins. She requested to pass away and wanted hers to eat.
Would you ever try dog?
I don't know.
I would try dog.
You would try dog?
Absolutely.
I would eat it, and then until somebody told me, hey, by the way, that was dog. And then I could be like, you know what? It wasn't half bad.
I would totally eat it.
You would eat it?
I don't think I would make it a staple part of my diet or anything. Like,
right.
I need to have, dog.
I'm really craving some chow right now.
But if I was in a culture that... So here's the thing. People always dog on Asian cultures for this and that.
For
about eating dogs and blah... Well, they don't eat cats.
But I've seen that stereotype too.
The stereotype is that cats, but they don't... There's no meat on cats. Cats are all guts and bone.
I figured.
Skin.
I was like,
there's
really
no meat. And if you ever feel like cats... limbs, and there's no meat on a cat, so no one eats cats. They're all fucking guts. Like I know, but they really are. They really are. Dog though, there is. Misty's gonna hate me for this. There really is the really old generation. I mean, like great grandparents in Korea right now. They have the aspect of eating dog. But even then, it's not a normal diet. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go pick up some dog meat. It's more like a medicinal thing. Mm-hmm. They have a certain breed of dog that we don't even have this breed in America. Or it's a specific breed in Korea.
What is it?
I don't know the name.
Is it the Shiba Inu? I was like, that's an Asian dog.
I don't know.
It's a Shiba Inu.
But it kind of looks like a big pit bull. but it's really beefy. You know, look, they breed this dog to be slaughtered. Like this dog is. Well, okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, yeah.
So they breed this type of dog because blah blah blah, and the way they breed it only to be killed, and it's medicinal. You know, you only go and get it for like Asian cultures have a lot of holistic treatments. You know, it's all about food and this and that, and not so much medicine. Home remedies. So like if you have like this big illness. Dog soup. And they usually make it in soup. That's what they use it for.
A little tail sticking out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, the thing is that blah, 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 their culture has this, and all these dogs, they're bred for this. But meanwhile, and we have Americans that's barbaric, and this is blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, we do the same thing to cows. We do the same thing to pigs. Okay. Go ahead. What do you got to say?
Don't give me that. Because the American culture... Dogs and cats, yeah, they're looked at as pets. And you know what? In a lot of southern, maybe Midwestern cultures where farms are really predominant and everything, yeah, cows, pigs, chickens, they can be pets. Mm-hmm. You've seen that post. I'm pretty sure all of us have seen that meme. Where do you draw the line?
Right
Something
here.
like Bilbo, yeah, I draw the line right here. And it's
the
like...
pig and the chicken go into dogs and cats.
Yeah, so it's like... Okay, yeah, any animal can be a pet. I've seen raccoons be pets. I've seen squirrels be pets. Anything, fucking ferrets, but where do you find a wild ferret? I don't know, but anyway, in this culture, in this day and age, because the whole dogs are super loyal. Culture? American culture.
Okay, well, we're not talking about America.
Okay, we're still talking about Asian culture. Okay, then I'll keep my mouth shut.
Oh fuck, that was easy.
Yeah, I was like,
okay. Anything else?
I said it. Keep your mouth shut. No. I was like, because you're still talking about Asian culture.
You don't have to keep your mouth shut. That wasn't to shut you up. It was
yeah.
It was just, again, we're talking about a different culture, so
right.
It's different. So, and that's the thing is that Americans, we have to go. Well, this is America, and the rest of the world should be like America, and that's why this is wrong, and that's where that's wrong. Is that it's not America everywhere else. So quit fucking putting your beliefs and whatever into other countries.
Right.
Now, okay, going into an animal person, like, psychological way, they have a test in psychology called self-conscious. Not self-conscious in the sense of, like, do people think I'm fat? Like, not like that self-conscious.
Honey.
But they're conscious in the sense of they realize there are certain animals and beings that realize consciousness. They're conscious that they are themselves and that nothing else, that they're separate entities against, not themselves. Humans are one of them.
Right.
I can recognize that you are not a part of me.
Right.
Okay? Other animals have this. Monkeys. I don't want to spill. See, I have a trajectory here, so let me not spill too much. But
right.
There's a test of this. There's a test of how to realize if an animal is conscious in that sense. Right. Conscious of themselves. The way to do that is you take an animal, and whatever thing, you put a red dot on its forehead. You put it in front of a mirror. If the animal looks at the mirror, looks at the red dot, and tries to take the red dot off of its forehead, it's conscious. It realizes that this reflection is a reflection of itself, and that they know who they are, that it's not something else.
Okay.
That's consciousness. You put a human baby or a person in front of a mirror, put a red dot on their head, they look at the mirror, they try to take the red dot off because they recognize that it's a reflection of themselves. An unconscious being, thing, and whatever, doesn't realize that the red dot is on them, and they only see another thing, even though it's a reflection.
Right.
Monkeys, you do this test to a monkey, it will try to take the red dot off. If you do it to a cow, the cow doesn't recognize the red dot.
That's what I was picturing in my head. The cow's like...
The cow looks at a reflection and sees a different cow. It doesn't recognize that it's itself.
Okay,
it's
so I can still eat burgers.
Uh-huh. A cat looks at the reflection, sees the red dot, and doesn't try to take the dot off because it sees another cat.
Right.
So And here's the big thing is that a lot of people go, well, my cat hates other cats. Why doesn't it freak out on the reflection of itself if it thinks it's another cat? They've gotten used to this other cat in the mirror where they don't feel the need. If you put a baby cat there, it does fuck with it. Okay?
Right.
Dogs don't do it either. You put a red dot on a dog's forehead, it looks in the reflection, it sees another dog. It doesn't recognize that it's it's itself. Okay?
Right. Okay.
Pigs will take off the red dot.
Ooh.
Pigs recognize that they're conscious of themselves, and if you put a red dot on a pig's forehead, put it in front of a mirror, it will try to take the red dot off of its forehead because it understands who they are. You put pigs in a slaughterhouse in the line, they have communities within pigs. They realize that when they hear another pig crying and getting slaughtered, they start crying because they understand that this other pig is dying.
Okay.
And that they're gonna die next too. They have an understanding of that, even if it's not so eloquent in words.
Right.
They cry like that. Cows don't. Cows don't get it. Chickens don't either. Cats don't. Dogs don't. We do it to pigs though. We do it to pigs. To me, and there are cultures, Muslim, or Islam, Judaism, they don't fuck with pigs.
Right.
And I don't know if it's because of that, but there's this aspect that they don't eat pigs, and that's kind of more humane than what we do. But we look at other cultures and say, you kill a dog that's in our society and in this day and age, and they're the lovingest.
They're domesticated.
They're so
and
loving, and they're domesticated, and they love me. They don't see you as someone else. They see you as a part of them. Dogs are not conscious. You are not you. They really, and it's hard to digest sometimes.
No, that really makes sense.
And people will say, "Well, I was walking my dog on my bike, and I fell over, and I scraped my knee, and my dog came and licked my wound, and he loves me." He loves you because you're an extension of himself. Mm-hmm. Babies are like this too. Human babies are like this at a certain point until like 3 or 2, where everything is just an extension of themselves until they realize that it's not an extension of myself. There's another person there. That's why you can play peekaboo with a baby, because when you put your hands in front of yourself, you're gone. But when you see them, oh, you're back again, right? Yeah. But they realize it later. Dogs don't do that. So technically, it's way more inhumane to kill pigs the way we do than dogs.
That makes a lot of sense.
You're literally tasting death when you eat bacon.
Damn.
Now, I love bacon.
It's so fucking good.
And I'm not going to subscribe to like dog bacon because whatever. Like, I would not.
And see, with you saying that still made me think like, oh, dog.
It's gross.
Yeah.
My thing is, I would not. But I would never dog on an Asian culture, or any culture, whatever culture, that eats dogs, because we're all in this survival mode. We all kill other animals to do it, other than vegetarians and vegans, but for the mass majority, you do what you gotta do. Whatever's in plenty, you take care of it.
What other people eat, just because somebody else eats it, and maybe I don't agree with eating. Not so much saying I agree with eating, because I'm a meat eater. I love meat.
Yeah.
Like when I go out to places like barbecues, I ask for fucking
extra meat,
brisket, beef. If it's burgers, I just want burgers. I don't need sides. I don't need fucking get out of here rice and beans.
Yeah.
I just want the beef.
Right.
Like, don't give me a bun. Give me beef. Well, my father-in-law makes brisket. I'm like, I just want brisket and barbecue sauce on my plate. Like.
Which is totally fine.
Exactly.
Totally fine. But for the person in the other country across the world that says,
oh, I could go for a
dog meat, and you go, oh my God.
How dare
you fucking savage. It's like,
savages.
Get the fuck off your horse, because we all fucking...
What you said about the pig thing, I did not know that whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's insane. And it really opens your eyes.
So my psychology teacher at Northwest Vista, Dr. Don, if you're at Northwest Vista, take Dr. Don. He's fucking awesome. He is way advanced for that school. He does it only because he loves San Antonio so much. Like, he's the best fucking teacher. He teaches psychology at Northwest Vista.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Dr. Dunn.
I fucked with him because I really did not believe that. Honestly, I really did. And I thought, my cat, she hates other fucking cats. And I was like, if she saw another cat in the mirror, you know, that test, she would go apeshit. There's no fucking reason why she wouldn't. And my cat fucking loves me. She knows who I am, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he was real nonchalant. He's like, you got like a dot you can put on her head? Go do it. And I did. I had, it was for like a keyboard where you can put like the felt dots on the bottom to slide it, right? I had them. So I went home and I put it on her head and I put her in front of the mirror. No fucking aspect of anything. Like, she was just like looking at the mirror. And it was like, yeah, she's used to this other cat. And now I have another cat that she hated at first and she would attack all the time. But we've had this cat for like, I'm bad with time. Like
it's almost been a whole year.
Almost a year, right?
Yeah.
See, I was about to say 6 months, but
because you got it just before we started recording the podcast.
It was Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving.
Oh, it was Thanksgiving.
It was.
I thought it was
October, November.
Because it was when we started recording the podcast. I remember the post. Who wants this kitty? And I was like, I want it. But then other people got to it first. But then you kept it. So yeah,
it was October, November. So 6 months. It hasn't been about 6 months.
Okay.
So even now though, she's gentler with the food bowl, they'll share a food bowl.
Okay.
So, of course, if she's seen this cat since birth, now this other cat in the mirror that she just doesn't recognize as herself, that's why she doesn't freak out. It's true. It really is.
That's
the thing.
insane.
So, my only plight is, for those out there, because I've had people at Cracker Barrel, especially white fucking fat-ass motherfucker Americans that are like, I remember this one fucking lady just talking shit, because they don't talk to anyone, so when they go to Cracker Barrel, it's like this big event, they can talk to them. And she was like, we're
going down to Cracker
There's a
Barrel.
dog festival in China, right? You know, there still is a thing. The Chinese, and they were even China's trying to get rid of that, because they kind of realized, but there's this old aspect of tradition that they're keeping it going.
Right.
And when she was talking all this shit about Asians, and she was like, I just can't trust anything that, you know, eats a dog and blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, I'm like, you're barely eating a cow, because by the time it gets to your fat fucking face, it's been so processed, it might as well be fucking glue. Like, you know, like, meanwhile, my fiance is Asian as fuck, and you don't know who the fuck you're talking to. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be talking like this to anyone, because you're ignorant as fuck, and you don't even know what you're talking about. And she's like in a scooter or whatever, because she's so fucking fat she can't even walk. Meanwhile, no business going to Cracker Barrel eating. Like, you should not be fucking here if you can't even walk. Like,
right.
I'm going off on a tangent.
No, you're good.
But so many people have this aspect of eating dog is bad. It is. If you know an American that eats dogs, that is pretty fucked up, because that's not our culture.
It's not something you see.
That's here in our culture, though. So an American that eats dogs like that would be horrendous, and especially because they grew up in this culture. But other cultures, you have to recognize that they don't have the same upbringing that we do. Dogs are not always pets. There are certain, even in Korea, there is only one breed of dog that they eat, and it's domesticated. Those dogs are not. They're really aggressive. They're super like big.
Because aren't there a lot of stray dogs over in those types of countries?
There are a lot of stray, but even then, those are not the ones you eat either.
Okay,
and that's why they're stray. Because if you could eat them, they would be doing it. They only breed it, and it's actually very expensive to do.
Really,
the meat is very expensive. Yeah, because I will be honest, I was kind of like, I'm gonna try some dog in Korea. Like, I don't know if I'll ever come back. Like,
YOLO.
You know, like, yeah. And Mrs. Teach was like, that's just expensive, and we gotta like find it, and like you gotta. She's like, it's in Korea at least. I don't know about China or wherever any other place Southeast Asian countries, but especially in Korea, it's like that kind of dog meat and those type of dogs are far and few between, and you only do it. It's kind of like a necessity, because they believe in this medicinal aspect of it. You know, someone's dying or someone's really sick. Mrs. Teach ate dog in the soup one time because because she was sick. Her grandmother went and did all this, made the soup, didn't tell her what it was. She had her eat it, and then Mrs. Teach was like, "This tastes. What is this? Like, it's not beef, and I know it's not chicken, and it doesn't taste like pork." And she was like, "Well, it's, you know, and you're sick, and you need, this is good soup for you." And it was, Mrs. Teach started crying, like bawling, like she did not.
You remember Rover? Well, Bon appetit.
And it's not, they're not pets either. It's not like someone raises like a pet and then slaughters it. It's like these dogs are raised like cows. They're just raised in like a big farm.
Right.
There's, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it just really sucks. Like when Miss Teach came down here too, when she first moved down here in like 7th grade or something, of course the joke, someone made a joke and they were like, she's gonna eat the dog, and Miss Teach was like bawling because it was like, she doesn't eat dog. Even when she did, she didn't want to and she wouldn't have.
She's like, what
just
the
like,
fuck?
Yeah, so like the newer generations especially do not advocate for eating dog.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the ones that do, I mean, it's a meat source. Just like we have meat sources.
I've always thought those types of jokes were really distasteful anyway. Like those types of vines where it's like they walk into a Chinese restaurant, hey, let me get some of that, and like they start working. It's like it's not very funny. It's
or
like,
the one where it's like when your cat goes missing and then the Chinese restaurant next door says something on special.
Yeah, it's like
I was like, this is not even funny. It's not even clever anymore.
It's more like
it's an old joke. Yeah, it's an old dumb
You can
joke.
really tell the type of people that really think that is funny. It's like that's the thing going. Not to strive away from that, but it's like the type of people you could tell.
Strive away. I've been talking way too much about it.
Right. So to go on to a lighter note, I think you can really tell a lot by a person by the type of memes they laugh at or the type of memes they share.
Yeah.
If you share anything with the fucking minions in it, go kill yourself. I'm sorry.
Amen.
That shit. Fuck you. If you think the minions are cute,
okay, good.
Fuck you. If you're not.
What about my memes, David?
Your memes are really good.
They're pretty good,
especially what you share on the show.
They're pretty good, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. What you share on the podcast are hilarious.
They're pretty clever. I try to be clever.
If you share the ones, oh my god, these are starting to really agitate me.
Minions, yeah, the fuck out of here.
Not some like those agitate me too, but it's a lot of older people that I see, like really old people.
Well, they call it like memes and shit.
Yeah, memes, silly pictures. The ones that really agitate me, where it's like a photo of like text, but they turn it into a video, and it has the stupid like things in the background floating around.
Ugh.
Have you seen those? You know, it's
well, like
you see
the
like
inspirational ones.
Those too, but the memes are it's all like, when your mom calls 30 times, hello, and it's like something like mom died. Like I don't know, it's like something stupid.
Older people do this?
No, our age
I thought
do
you
this.
said older people.
I'll tag you in some of these examples and be like, sure. Look at this shit. Like, this is the bullshit I'm talking about.
You know what I don't get? So, I love the GIF. The GIF, and it's GIF. It's not fucking GIF. It's GIF. Whatever, how do you say it?
I don't think I really even pronounce
it's GIF. It's
I just
GIF.
see the word and I know what it means.
Everyone out there, it's GIF, it's graphic, image, blah, blah, blah. It's not
just like how I see, like, JPEG, I just know it means
JPEG.
picture.
But
like,
the guy wanted it to be GIF, but fuck it, that's peanut butter. Colloquially, it's GIF. Just fucking call it GIF. Let's move on.
GIF.
Okay. I love the feature on Facebook of using GIFs.
I can tell.
I fucking love GIFs because it's even more of a, I don't know, impactful.
There's
kind
always
of way
something
of
that encapsulates what you want to say.
For me, I guess because like I'll type in something kind of random and I'll find that GIF that I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to portray. Anyways, I always think it's interesting that older people, I don't know who listens to this, but if you're in your like late 30s, early 40s, apparently you don't fucking get it. So I'll have this conversation with someone and then I'll throw in a GIF and then they just kind of take it as like an invitation to like, oh, we're using GIFs. And they just kind of like click the GIF button and like pick the first one that's just like random. It's like, no, mine made sense for this conversation. Yours is just like random. Like
it's like you send somebody laughing, they send a dog running.
Yeah. Like I sent one where it was like I can't think of the exact. My mother though, I remember having with her where it was like my GIF was like someone, I don't know, laughing about the comment before or like I don't know, something like that. And then she sent something where it was like someone scratching their butt and it was like, what? Like, I'm like, what did that mean? She was like, it's funny, right? I'm like, no, it makes no, there's no context.
It throws off the whole conversation.
Like, I was using my GIF as like part of conversation and you just like picked something random. Like,
so like same thing.
Why don't they get that? Why don't they get
the same thing with emojis? Like, you know, our generation reads emojis in specific ways. Or like the letter K. Like if somebody texts you K, what do you think about that?
That's harsh.
Right? Like, it's like,
It's
damn,
hard.
what
You
the
gotta
fuck
do
did I
K.
do?
Little K.
So, like,
KK.
I get K's from my parents from time to time. And
That's understandable.
The first instinct I get, I'm like, man, well, fuck you too,
Right,
Dad.
right.
Like,
That's
well,
harsh.
Like, damn, what the fuck did I just say, yeah, I'll meet you at the house. And
Yeah.
you put K, I'm like, well, fuck you, I'm not going
Yeah.
over it. But then I remember, wait a second.
Yeah.
Like, they're old, they don't get that.
Right.
They're still on that. Remember back when you first started texting, everything was just like to abbreviate everything?
Yeah.
So K was all acceptable.
Right, that was just like understood.
But then it turned into this thing where it's like when you say K, it means
it's harsh.
you fucked
Like,
up.
I don't want to talk anymore.
It's
I
like-
guess we're done.
Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, done. So it's like,
But if you do KK, you're like, oh, they got, like, they're affirming and we're on good terms.
right, it's like, hey, I don't have to send you a big confirmation. I understand what you're saying. It's, okay, cool.
Same with LOL. LOL literally means laugh out loud, but
Now it's sort of
LOL
this thing.
is like, I'm not being hostile. LOL. Like,
It's like, this sounds really mean. Let me throw this LOL and
Right.
kind of make it like, I'm not trying to be a dick.
right, exactly. I'm not being hostile about this. It's a joke.
Right.
But I know you're not going to LOL. And I'm
I
not
still
LOL.
I try to eliminate LOL.
I try to, but I
Because I
usually
don't laugh at things.
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
laugh. Like, when me and you message each other, like, I'll put LOL because I'm like, I want them to know that I understand this as a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I didn't really laugh out loud.
I'm not going to stop. I know you don't.
And like, when you
And
text
I know
me,
you know I'm not.
it's like, when you
It's just
text
me
me.
being courteous. That's a
Exactly.
courtesy. It's a courtesy.
So
to
like
say
when I
hello.
messaged you, hey, taking a shit, then I'll be on my way, and then you're all like, me too, LMAO. I
Yeah.
know you weren't going, ah!
No, I was not literally.
It was more like a,
It was more like I really appreciate the funniness of this, even though I'm not laughing about
Exactly.
it. And you got that.
I
See,
got
our
it.
generation gets that.
And did I laugh while taking a shit? I went, heh, he's taking a poop too.
I don't yeah, exactly. That was where I was like, yes. It was not as dramatic as LMFAO.
Right.
But LMFAO or LMAO is like that's just
Every day
being
I'm
courteous.
shuffling.
You're just
Right.
being courteous
No,
about
I
it.
agree. Were you going to make another drink?
No, I don't think I can.
No? Oh, okay. He's done. He's tapped out.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap out on this one.
Oh, what do you got?
I still got
Oh,
a good look.
fuck.
Yeah, I still got a good
No, I
look.
don't think I can.
No, you're good.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
be in
finish-
at 10, which is nice.
I gotta be in at 9:30. No, I was like, I'm pretty
But
inebriated.
we can keep going, or if you want to stop when we and out, you need to finish that because that's alcohol abuse. But we can hang out.
No, I'm gonna finish this because we still have the main story, the main topic.
We have main stories. Well, I need to break them.
Okay. All right, we're back from an extended smoke break. I had to take a piss.
Oh,
I'm drinking
man.
so much.
I made another drink, which I really shouldn't have.
Oh,
man,
dude.
tomorrow's gonna suck.
Dude, yeah, it's like typically we're done recording by midnight. Right now it's 12:31, so we're
Holy
fucked.
shit. I'm still going to Jack in the Box.
You're still going to Jack in the Box?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm going straight home after this. Fuck. Leslie's not going to be happy whatsoever.
I had lunch, but yeah.
I had Whataburger. I had a decent sized meal, and I'm pretty drunk.
I
So
want that munchie box. They got that grilled
dude, that grilled cheeseburger type
burger
thing
with the crunch, with the curly and straight fries and 2 tacos, and it's like $6
and a small drink. Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Nothing beats being drunk and eating the munchie box.
I'm
So
not gonna smoke right before. Like, I'm gonna go grab it. See, if I smoke before, I won't go because I'll get paranoid and I don't want to. I start freaking out about people talking to me. And then, but like, if I go grab it and I get home and I'll smoke a little bit. I was watching Black Mirror last night, so I still haven't finished the last season 4. And I was watching one of the episodes, and they're all good. They're all good and everything.
because they're not connected, right?
They're
You
not
can watch
connected.
it anywhere.
Yeah, you can just watch anyone. But I'm so linear as a person. Like, it's my math person. I mean, like, I have to watch from beginning to
I'm the
end.
same way. I
That's-
need to watch it. In
I'm
order.
that way with the books and this and that. And, like, practice books you get, like, in my blah, 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 they always tell you when you get them, they're like, you don't have to be so linear. You can just open the book and read a passage and just kind of blah, blah, blah. Like, you can... And I'm like, nope, I got to read it from front to back. Like,
Right.
I have to do it. Anyway, so I was watching Black Mirror last night. And it was season 4, and it was one about, like, a dating... the dating app, like, people opt for this kind of, like, scenario where they... a thing tells them, like, it matches them up and they have to go on the date, and then when they get to the date, they always check like, oh, how long do we have this day for? And sometimes it's like 12 hours, and sometimes like 4 years. And so they just have to follow. Like, they opted for this experience though. So like, if it says 4 years with this person, they have to be with them for 4 years because it's going to generate this like algorithm for them to find their perfect match at the end. And if it says 4 years, that means that they're not going to be with this person forever. But being with this person forever gives the system knowing blah blah blah. It was really interesting, right? So I was enjoying it anyways, and then I smoked a little bit because Mrs. Teach passed out like at 9. And then I thought, I was like, I had waited a while, and I was drinking as I tend to do, and then I was like, oh, it's getting late. I probably should try to start going to sleep. And I looked at the clock and I was like, 10:30. Fuck, I got a little bit of pot. And so I smoked a little bit, and so like halfway through the episode, this is me. You can't see me. I was just like. Oh, this is the greatest fucking show ever. Oh my god, this is like illuminating. And then like today when I woke up, I was like thinking about like, it was a good episode, but the way I thought of it last night was...
It was so amazing, like the way it was.
Last night I really thought it was like the end. Like I was like, this is teaching me about my life or something. But then I wake up the next day, I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that fucking great. Like,
right. Speaking of not fucking great, so El Pollo Loco. So you made a comment about me having a bad segue. So that was the perfect segue.
That was great.
I was like, depending on what his last word says, depends on how good the segue is.
That was really good.
So El Pollo Loco, Wurzbach and Babcock, the fucking cocksuckers these people are. So
meanwhile, I thought they were closed. There was an abandoned
I thought they were
building.
closed down. Every time I've seen the El Pollo Loco on Babcock and Wurzbach, where we live, it in the daytime it looks normal because I mean the sun's out, so lights going through the store.
Glass,
So, but if you go towards the evening, you don't see any lights on. It just looks.
You never
dark.
see anyone in there.
Yeah, not even employees. At least Fred's Fish Fry. You see an employee.
Even then.
You just see one guy standing in the back or on their phone.
I still think Fred's Fish Fry is a drug front.
No, it is a drug front. But with El Pollo Loco, there's nobody there. So especially the one right here on Babcock and Wurzbach, excuse me. So I saw a post literally 2 hours before I came over to Teach's place. This lady posted a selfie. I mean, her eye was all fucked up. She was all bleeding and shit. She posted a diatribe of fucking... Apparently, she went to this...
Wait, say that word again?
Diatribe?
What is that?
Like, kind of like this, like,
I've
heartfelt entry.
Good
like,
word, good word.
Like,
Diatribe, look it up. Spell
diatribe.
it.
I don't know how to spell it. I'm presuming it's D-I-A-R... Diatribe. D-I-A-T-R-O-B. Diatribe, kind of like a diary entry type thing. So, I've heard it in old TV shows.
I like that shit, though. Etymology, it's good shit. Look it up.
I tried. Like I said, the spelling I could be completely wrong on, but I've heard that word.
Anyway,
diatribe.
so we saw a diatribe.
Saw this chick, she's all putting her heart and soul out there for fucking, I went to the El Pollo Loco and...
So that was your first mistake.
Yeah. You went to El Pollo Loco, probably not the better ones, because this place is rated 2.7 on fucking Facebook, 2.7 stars.
You know, you don't see El Pollo Locos in the Dominion or on the north side of town. Or...
I've only seen it on right here and fucking Culebra and Tezel. So that shows you the range that they're shooting for right now. So this lady apparently went to, and this is just her side of the story. We don't know both sides.
Yeah.
So her side of the story is she went to this El Pollo Loco. The supervisor named Desiree saw this lady getting a little extra portion, a small little extra portion of salsa and a little portion cup. I guess the lady said, hey, look, here's a little to-go cup thing. I'm going to put a little bit extra salsa in here to go with my sludge-filled burrito. And the manager Desiree saw this and said, not on my fucking watch. Like, how fucking dare you? You fucking cunt. Like, how dare you grab this fucking bowl out of my fucking establishment? How dare you want more spice with your fucking meal? And went ape shit and started beating the shit out of this customer for getting salsa for getting an extra portion of salsa and fucking went nuts. So the lady posted a picture of herself like, I've called the cops, I've pressed charges on Desiree, I want you to call them, and posted the number several times for some reason.
That's great.
I want you to call them and demand that Desiree gets fired.
And demand that Desiree gets fired.
She tagged the Facebook page for the Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
She was fucking like bashing this Desiree and like she can't believe. And then she made it a point to say, "Now I know the customer isn't always right. I work at Bill Miller's. Like that's the epitome of customer service."
Hey, you know what? I didn't see that. But you know that's telling. Okay.
There's got to be more to the story. I don't see it like the way she says it. She's like, "Oh, more salsa, Desiree. Fuck you."
Yeah.
And like
at the Mexican chicken restaurant that has salsa, obviously
at the Crazy Chicken
that you can pour yourself. Apparently, I've never been to a Pollo Loco.
Me neither. I don't know what the salsa bar is.
But apparently, you can go to a salsa bar and get salsa, and there's got to be way more to the story than that.
Yeah, there has to be. I want to see Desiree's reaction.
To be honest, working in retail and in the food service industry as long as I have, and I have worked, I have been in the retail food service industry since I was 15 years old. My first job was 15 at H-E-B. And then, I mean, just all Chili's, McDonald's. I've worked at JCPenney's, Dickey's Barbecue, Cracker Barrel. I've done it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in every aspect of the store. And back in the kitchen, I've been at the cashier stand. I've been drive-through, all that bullshit. To be honest, hearing the story, I automatically sympathize for Desiree.
Right.
I automatically think that... What's the girl's name?
The lady that posted the story?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't give a fuck about her.
So I automatically think she's on the wrong. Because...
She had to provoke Desiree.
She had to... Yeah, because whatever... If she was a GM or something, she's only getting paid $15 an hour.
Right.
You know, 15 to $20 an hour. And it just ain't worth going at this bitch for some fucking tomatoes and onion and jalapeno chopped up to do all that. I automatically think the fucking customer... Whatever her name.
The customer started some shit.
I
guarantee you.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you. The customer probably said, "Hey, how much for an extra cup of salsa?" "Oh, it's probably 25 cents. I ain't paying fucking 25 cents. And probably like jacked the cup and tried to pour her own salsa. And then Desiree like, "Hey, excuse me, ma'am." The customer started getting physical. Desiree, "Well, I ain't no bitch. There you go. Fuck out my restaurant."
I bet you the salsa was an afterthought. I bet you it was all about some other transaction that went down that what's her name, the original poster was pissed
the customer
about, and then went to go get salsa after the fact, and then the girl came and confronted her Desiree after the fact, and then now that's her whole story is about, "Oh, I was just getting salsa," and blah blah blah. I had a customer at Cracker Barrel one time. He would always come in drunk. Which was fine. He, amen. You gotta do what you gotta do. But he would get we had, at Cracker Barrel, there was the fish fry on Fridays. You could get cod or catfish fried. It was a special. And everything, they would say, if it's swimming, it gets a lemon. Anything with fish, it came with a slice of lemon. 1 or 2, whatever, depending on what they asked for. But he would come in and ask for a, pint of lemon with it. And we were like... We're not going to give you a pint. That's like 6 fucking lemons. Because you ordered... He wanted a lemon because he went home and drank and would put lemon in his... I'm speculating, but I'm pretty sure that's why. And he was always... You could see him drunk. And he would go, "Well, okay, whatever. Just give me the fucking lemon. Charge me for 6 lemons." We're like, we don't sell lemons. It's there's no thing in the system that says... 6 lemons, sell this. You get 2 pieces of lemon with your fish, that's the max, and then if you want fucking lemon, go to H-E-B down the street, and
pack
buy
it in a little fanny
lemon.
pack or something.
And he would consistently make a fucking fuss about it and never get his lemon. I don't know. I think some of the managers would just do it just to get him the fuck out of there, and which ruined it for everyone else, because whenever another manager was there, it was like, "I'm not giving you fucking 6 lemons."
Right.
And just, customers fucking suck. Y'all are we're like it too. I mean, I'm probably like that too. I don't think so, though.
I try not to be.
I really try not to be honest, if I ever go to a place that I disagree with, blah, 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 I never make a scene, and I never talk to the manager, I never talk to the server, I never go back.
Exactly.
That's my
It's
thing.
like, don't fucking make a fuss, because they're not going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because after you leave, they're going to be like, remember this asshole that was making a fuss about whatever?
Right.
It's like, you know, like,
it doesn't
okay.
matter.
Like, you know, I've been to restaurants where they undercooked my meat, where I didn't request it, but do I send it back? Do I make a fuss? I eat it, which I probably shouldn't. I should probably stand up for myself and ask, like, hey, I ordered this. I eat what I get, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what? When I get in the car, like 90% of the time, it's with me and Leslie. Get in the car, yeah, you know what? I don't want to come back to this place.
I don't go back.
Like, no, yeah, like, they fucked up, they didn't care about it, and I'm leaving.
Especially with corporate kind of places like that, it really doesn't matter if you don't come back. That whole aspect of like,
they're still going to make
you
money.
will never have my business again. Like, cool, because I have to work here for shit pay and all day and all night, and if I don't have to see you again, awesome. I'm not Mr. Cracker Barrel. I'm not Mr. El Pollo Loco. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Right,
I get
it's
paid
like,
regardless when you leave or not. Like,
call this restaurant, call them and demand Desiree gets fired. It's like Mr. Pollo Loco, the chicken, the head
Yeah.
cock
Yeah.
is going to go,
Mr.
hey, you
Cock.
know what? We received 10 calls today within 30 minutes. Unfortunately, best of luck to your future endeavors, man.
the way our policy works is you're fired.
Yeah, it's like automatically, if you receive a phone call, if a Facebook post is generated about you, you're done. You're done in this industry. The chicken industry, you're over.
You're out.
Yeah.
You're
You'll
cut
never-
off. You're cut off.
You'll
from
never see a breast again.
Try to go to KFC, Popeyes. I know them all.
I fucking
You'll never
dare
be
you.
there. Yeah.
I know the Colonel.
Yeah, that also the way that girl's post was call the place and request her to be fired. Wait, what was like? She was like, please and thank you or whatever. It's like how ignorant this person is. Obviously,
And it was like, this chick fucked up.
So
Like this
obviously-
customer did something to provoke the man. Because I don't care what type of industry you're in. If you're the manager, you got to that spot for a fucking reason. Whether you're trusted, you worked your way up, if you are, you know, responsible enough to be the manager, whatever. You got to that position for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
To provoke somebody to the point where they say, fuck my job, I'm fucking you up. And to fucking throw hands with you in the industry that they manage, in the office that they manage, the customer's wrong. Fuck you. I worked in Walmart for 5 years. I've been pushed. I've been assaulted at Walmart. Like, I know. But even at that point, I've been like, you know what? I still need to pay my fucking rent. I'm not going to throw hands with the customer. I'll fill out the stupid report. Let them get in trouble. Fuck it.
now the black eye thing. It's funny because I totally glossed over that. Because again, initially when I heard it, I just totally thought she was full of shit.
Yeah, she made a point to post a picture of her eye where she had a
Now-
little bit of blood coming out.
No matter what, however wrong a person, obviously you can't hit anyone. So
Exactly.
if she really did get hit by a employee, even if she did instigate it, the customer, obviously the employee needs to be fired.
Yeah.
If that's true. Now, how true is, I mean,
Exactly.
now does this bitch have a fucking black eye going into the restaurant? Right? Like, you know, like, and then it just so happens that she got into it and is like, you
Look
know,
at this.
right?
Look.
I just got this here, even though like
This
my
is
boyfriend
fresh.
also has a big history of beating me up. Like,
You
know.
can check his records. He has a domestic violence.
Right.
You know. So that's my thing. So I'm gonna wait for the fucking security cameras to
I'm
come out.
interested though.
Now here's me being the asshole. Is because Leslie tagged me in a comment. Leslie tagged me saying, in this chick's post saying, hey, this is the place right down the street, right? And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking place right down the street. So my dumbass, as soon as Leslie got home, I was like, hey, let's go to a Pollo Loco and ask for Desiree. I'm like, let's go see what Desiree looks like. Let's see if she can kick some ass. So then my dumbass goes to their Facebook page, and it's already rated 2.7 stars. So prior to this incident, this Pollo Loco is apparently the shittiest of them all because it has terrible. So I leave a review. I leave it a 1-star rating, and I was like, please don't ask for more salsa because you get beat up by the manager. So I leave a fucking comment. I'm adding fuel to the flame here.
Why not? Yeah.
Because
It's a Pollo Loco. Fuck that. Like,
what are they going to do? Fine me? Like, did this really happen to you, sir? And I'm like, no.
the
it's
biggest
fucking-
mistake at El Pollo Loco is that you're there.
Yeah.
That you decided
It's
to
like,
be there.
Your life has led you to El Pollo Loco. You need to reevaluate what you've done to order a sludge-filled burrito. Right. That was one of the reviews, was that, like, I ordered a burrito, and when I got it, the tortilla was covered in grill sludge. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, you went to El Pollo Loco for lunch. Yeah. Like, fuck you. Yeah. You get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Exactly. Like, I don't go to Taco Bell for authentic Mexican food. I go to Taco Bell because I'm broke and have no other option.
And I like tacos.
And it's like, and I chose Taco Bell over Pollo Loco, I'll tell you that much.
So, you know what's funny though? The Facebook ratings and the Yelp ratings though, I don't follow them. Like, that has no bearing.
Because people will be haters no matter what.
I have no bearing on that bullshit.
Me neither.
Because we are in a society too that anything that is unjust that you feel like becomes like the worst blah blah blah. But you know, to be honest, it's like any experience you have, even if it's a bad one at the time, it really is just you bitching about too much shit.
Exactly.
Like, the place does what they do every time, and they do it every time. And if you just don't like it, you just don't fucking like it. Just don't go back. Like, exactly. You know what I mean? So anytime I feel like 2.3 rating is actually pretty good rating on Facebook, because they're probably, you know, I don't think I've ever seen a 5 rating Facebook.
Our page has 5-star ratings.
That's true, with our 15 viewers.
Yeah, thank you guys. So let's keep those stats up.
Keep it up. Yeah, but as far as like a restaurant that's like a very vast,
like an actual food chain,
where they have a lot of in and out customers, it's like you're gonna hear. And the thing is, too, also, people are going to get on there to bitch more than they are going to advocate.
No one ever gives a good review.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one ever goes, this is the greatest service I've ever received.
Now, I do.
You do?
I do. I do because I expressed before, when me and Mrs. Teach, we really, we mainly make our own food because it's hard to find the shit we like.
Right.
Like Korean, fusion, blah, blah, blah. So we tend to make our own food. And when we do go out, it's pretty tight-knit, where it's like mom and pop shops a lot. Like Indian food, a Korean restaurant, a Chinese restaurant. And even the Chinese restaurants, we go to the ones that are like the smaller ones that like you can get like more authentic Chinese food, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they're small. They're mom and pop shops. And, like, they know us. Like, these restaurants that we really go to.
They're teachers.
They know us. Yeah. And so, it's funny because a lot of times when we leave, they're like, could you please go on Yelp and, like, give us a good review? We're like, fuck yeah, I'll go on, you know. And,
they're all desperate? Aww.
Yeah, they're desperate about it, too. Because they get random people coming in that, like, they want, like, commercial American Indian food. And their stuff is too authentic, so they're pissed off about that. You know, it tends to be that way. It's like an ignorant thing too, where it's like, this tastes too much like out of my country. I came here for American Indian food. Like, you know,
why is there no taco seasoning in my curry?
Yeah, exactly. So I will, because we don't really go out to eat a lot, and when we do, it's usually the places we do, we're like patrons at those places, so like I advocate for them. But, like, I was telling David earlier, like, we went to Chili's because Mrs. Teach got it's the end of the year, and, you know, the students, their parents are giving, they're giving her little gifts here and there, like, gift cards.
Thanks for handing my kid. Yeah, and like that.
So, and it's funny because it's like $10, $15. I'm like, damn, y'all know she got a fiance, like, can we buy no? No, I don't know.
He can eat.
Yeah, no, it's like, you can't be going to anyways, it's more like an obligation because it's just like, no, I mean, I'm not trying to. That's very nice of them to do that. It's very thoughtful. Right. But, so, like, Mrs. Teach had a Chili's card for, like, $15. And we were both kind of like, we don't like Chili's. But it was like,
well, I have the free money.
We have the free money. We haven't been there in a long time. Maybe, right? Let's check it out. And then, you know, we go drop $60 in the food.
I was telling him, I'm like, if you spend $60 at Chili's, you fucked up. It's like,
well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, we did though, because apparently, well, like we both got alcoholic drinks. One, which is really not my style. I usually buy a lot of alcoholic drinks, but we both bought one each. And then we got a big appetizer that would probably be for more than 2 people.
Right.
And then Mrs. Teach got a fajita plate, which I think is really for 2. Honestly, it was...
The big...
And they didn't even bring it out this... So I worked at Chili's too, and you know, all they do is they just put water in it at the end.
Make it steam.
And it just sizzles. And even she was like... because she was like, damn, it didn't even sizzle. I was like, well, it's just water. She's like, yeah, but it's kind of nice to hear. Like, it just makes me
the
feel
ambiance
like,
of everything.
I feel like I want to eat it more, but right now it's just like dead meat on my plate. And I got the chicken fried steak, and it wasn't good. Like, it was a chicken fried steak, but it was like a very chewy, greasy, chicken fried steak with like gummy potatoes that like they totally over whipped. If you cook, you understand that potatoes get over whipped and they get gummy if you over whip them. If you don't cook, then you don't know that. But
now
that happens. The broccoli was broccoli. Mrs. Teach's, I just threw it away today. Actually, she had a whole fucking plate of fajitas and shrimp. And the shrimp, she got, you could pick two in the meat. It was steak and shrimp. The shrimp was like the tiny little they were like the fucking...
Little prawns or whatever?
No,
prawns are big, right? Okay.
This was like the fucking cup of noodle shrimp that just like freeze dried.
Like one of those stupid foam things you put in water and turn into a dinosaur?
Yeah, they were like freeze dried shrimp. They boiled for a second and then threw it on her plate. The rice and beans are gross. I mean, it's black, but I like black beans. The beans are actually pretty good. The rice was, I don't know, it was like in a bag or what. Here's the thing: is that have you ever seen Chef? Or it's the one with
John Favreau?
No, not that one. That's Netflix. It's the show. It's the one with he is on The Hangover. He's the wild guy on The Hangover.
Bradley Cooper.
I
know what movie you're talking about.
I think it's Kitchen.
I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking
So
about.
he brings in one of the top chefs in France that he's in, right? And they're at Burger King. And he has a Whopper, and he's eating a Whopper and fries, and he's eating it, and she's just kind of like grossing out on him. He's like, this is good food. And she goes, no, it's Burger King. He's like, why is it not good? And she goes, well, it's bad meat, it's blah, blah. He goes, that's the basis of French food. It's taking all the like scraps of something and making it taste good. He goes, so it's good food. And she goes, okay, he goes, the point is, the consistency kills the ambiance. It's too consistent. A good restaurant is inconsistent. It's every time you eat something, it's a different experience no matter where you take it. You go to get a Whopper or at Chili's or whatever you get, it's the same thing every time. They're going for consistency. That kills the fucking palate.
Right.
I'm rambling.
No, you're good.
But so that's exactly what I thought of eating at Chili. They're just like, it's not bad, it's good, but it's so consistent.
It's not the best,
and it's what I had 3 years ago where I decided it's really not the best, and it's not that good, and it's expensive for what it is. And it's the same thing I got again. It's just like, yep, that's what I
was telling the teacher. I was like, you spent $60. I was like, I don't think me and Leslie have spent over $30 at $35 realistically at Chili's. Because we always get, Leslie and I default to the 2 for $22 because you get an appetizer and your meal. If we want to splurge, we get the 2 for $35, and that's margarita. It's a margarita. They give you the little shaker thing. They come to you.
The Presidente.
Shake. Yeah, Presidente margarita. And then you get the appetizer, meal, and then a dessert. Ooh. So if we have the money to splurge, we'll get the 2 for $35. But it's like $60. When you said that originally, I was like...
To be honest, when we go out for like we're really going out to eat, because again, we don't really go out that often, $200.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Because we don't... It's not just eating. We drink too, but we drink within the meal. So like... We'll get drinks, then we'll get an appetizer, then we'll get more drinks, then we get our entree, and then we get more drinks, and then we get like a dessert or like an antipasta or something at the end, and then we end it with more drinks. So like $200. The thing is, we don't do that a lot, and that's
right.
But the experience is worth it.
Because that's what you guys do.
So for us, the $60 too was like, this is ridiculous because this was not.
This isn't what we
and
typically
it was rushed
do.
And like the waitress being a waitress, she was just doing. It was busy. It was Friday night, so she was just kind of like throwing stuff at us. Not being aggressive with it, but
but it's just like, okay, here's your drink.
She was just like, here. Come by, everything good? Okay, you can tell she's not really asking if everything's good. She's just being like, Do you have
Anything
a problem?
I need to take
You
care
got a
of right
problem?
now.
You got a problem? No? Okay. Like,
Right.
versus, the places we like to go to, it's a smaller place and there's not a lot of people, so they're like, I don't like people talking to me too much either, but at the same time, they're just kind of like...
Because I just want to eat my food. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't, like, okay, cool, you're having a silly day? Cool,
Yeah.
fuck off. I'm trying to eat
But
my
like,
food.
they'll come by, like we like Spice. It's an Indian restaurant. We'll buy different things, and it's just kind of like, how does it taste? Like, we got a new shipment of blah blah blah, and like we're trying it this way, and we're like, oh, it was really good. And they're like, yeah, okay, well, cool. We'll take that into account for how we're doing business now. It's like,
right,
yeah, it worked out. Versus like the Chiz was like, problem. No problem. Okay, cool. Fuck off. Like, I'm right off. I don't have to worry about you then. So good.
That's cool. It's funny you mentioned that. Like when you guys go out and do like, because to me and Leslie, now this isn't to say like Teach is richer than me or like I'm being more conservative around money.
Not.
It's like, yeah, I guarantee you we're in the same tax bracket
absolutely,
here.
Yeah.
It's like so it's like we went I get paid every other Thursday. So like this Thursday I won't get paid. Last Thursday I did. We went out because Leslie finished her finals. I wanted to take her out, to eat. Saying like, here, babe, I know you work so hard on your school, this and that. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. She doesn't like cheesecake. I like cheesecake, but she likes the food at the cheesecake.
Either.
You don't like it?
Go.
She likes the Cheesecake Factory, but she doesn't like the dessert cheesecake. So we ordered a drink. And it didn't have the price, but I was like, babe, get whatever you want. I was like, I just got paid today. I already paid the bills.
Yeah.
So we got the drinks, we ordered an appetizer, we get our meals, and then I ordered a cheesecake, she ordered just a bowl of ice cream. Which I think they had to make up a price because they don't have just regular ice cream on their dessert menu.
Yeah.
So Leslie was like, I just want a bowl of ice cream. And they're like, okay.
$15.
It was like $6, but it was
okay.
All right. But it was 3 good sized scoops. They put whipped cream on it. So I was like, okay, worth $6, right? Whatever. The Cheesecake Factory came out to like $80-something after I tipped and everything.
Cheesecake Factory. Sure.
So with us, that was like, whoa.
Sure.
Like that was pushing the limit as like, what the fuck? Because when we go out to eat, it's like, if we really go out to like not Chili's, because Chili's is our cheap, like, fuck, we don't want to make food or we don't have food at the house.
But you want to go out.
Yeah. So like typically if we go out and like if like we're all like a group of friends or like it's like one of those sit down restaurants, $40 to $50 is like the most we'll spend. But Cheesecake Factory was like, damn, we still got groceries.
Y'all didn't drink?
No, we only got one drink each. I got some pink lemonade thing that had vodka and raspberry liqueur. Leslie just got a margarita. And so my drink was like 7-something. Her drink was like 8-something. It was just like, whoa. Like, it was pushing it. Because, like I said, we don't splurge a lot like that.
No, yeah, we don't either.
Yeah. So, but what you guys said is like that every now and then, but $200, you make it worth that while.
Right.
It's like,
We're
so when you
satisfied.
go out, it's like, we had a great date night. With me and Leslie, it's just like, can we budget it? Yeah, but let's not splurge. It's like, okay.
It's hard, though, because you have to figure out.
Exactly. And that's why, because before we were talking about Chili's fucking 3 hours ago. And it's like, and I was like, because he was like, I know you like Chili's. And I was like, wait, hold up. I was like, I don't like Chili's. I was like, I settle for Chili's. I was like, Chili's.
I refuse to settle for Chili's.
I was like, Chili's is there because
Although,
it's like.
I took home my chicken fried steak, and when I got drunk that night at like midnight, I did finish it.
Because it was good, right?
No.
Oh.
No, but because
when you're drunk,
because I
everything tastes
refused to spend $60 and not fucking finish the goddamn shitty meal that I brought home.
Right. What are your go-to drunk meals? Like, what do you eat? Leftovers? Do you go out? Because Teach is going to go get a munchie meal.
Well, drunk meals are different. Yeah, me and Mr. Teach are not. We're very frugal, very much so.
Really?
But, oh yes, like I'm going to get a munchie meal because it's $6. Like, you know.
Right.
But when we go out and it's an experience, we're okay with that. But honestly, our go-to places is Asia's. It's called Asia's Kitchen. It's on Calabria and like I can't even think of the crossroads.
Oh,
off
I
of
think I know what you're talking about.
But they have we only go for lunch. Sometimes we go for dinner just because I like the restaurant enough. But we really don't because it gets more expensive in dinner. But we go for lunch because it's $5 for the plate each.
Right.
And then plus a tea or whatever. And we know we're only going to spend $15 for 2 meals. Like, but it's good food. Like, we feel like that is good Chinese food.
Exactly.
And it's 50, like, we're frugal like that. So we like that place. We'll go there consistently. And dinner gets a little more expensive, so we really don't go there for dinner a lot. But if we want to, we will.
Right.
Chili's, fuck Chili's. I don't mind spending $60 on a meal in a night, but only if it's good food, which it's not to me. It's just not. You know, maybe the steaks are like cheap steaks. Like, you know, I can feel like them making money off me because I'm eating a cheap steak for that. I like to go to like the mom and pop shops they're more like honest about it, because it's like they can't distribute this kind of like buying really cheap food and selling for really high prices like Chili's can. Chili's can do that because it's Chili's.
Right.
Versus the mom and pop store, you know, Louis right next to Chili's in that same area in Evers and what is it, Evers and Wurzbach?
The Italian restaurant?
Yeah, Louis.
Yeah.
You know, they have good whole food. Like, it's good. Like, they make it fresh. It's very fresh too. And it's a little pricey, but at the same time,
it is.
It is pricey, but you gotta buy you gotta figure it out.
I always default to chicken Alfredo, and because they just serve it just the Alfredo pasta, Alfredo fettuccine, and it's like $10. But when you add the chicken, the price bulks up. But
it does. But to me, it's good food. Like,
right.
I can. The chef is cooking food for me. Like, I can taste it. Like, there's a chef back there that's confirming his fucking craft here. Versus Chili's is like, they need because
they just have teenagers in the back.
I've worked at those restaurants where it's just like, you just need enough. You just need enough food. It doesn't matter what it tastes like. Just have enough. Have enough potatoes. Have enough meat. Have enough this.
Does the plate look presentable?
Right.
Cool.
Can you make it look good? Okay, you're good. Like, Louis is not so much like that because they know that a plate, it has a taste, you know.
Right.
Whatever. Like sushi too, we only go to Goro's because Goro's, we know the people too though, but Goro's sushi, like they don't hook us up, but it's good. They really fuck with the sushi right. Versus like if you go to Komori or something like that, it's just like just throw some bullshit fish and seaweed rice and like it's this big for $16. Versus like Goro's, you go, it's like this fucking big, and, you know, 15. I don't know. We're frugal, so don't think that I'm. Bougie.
No, I agree with you because what you would say or like what I would consider splurging, you would consider that's maybe not you, but like maybe a viewer is like, oh, that's like an average night, or like that's something. Because Leslie and I, if we go to McDonald's, we're ordering off the fucking dollar menu. Especially since they brought the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, sure.
Like the 1, 2, 3 menu coming back. Like this past Saturday, like we left her. She had a sorority party, like a formal type thing. And I was like, you know what? I didn't eat enough at this fucking place. Oh yeah, they're done.
Oh, you're different.
Wow. He touched my drink real quick, so I was like, yeah, they're done. And we went to McDonald's. I spent $12, but I got a bunch of food because it's
$12 at McDonald's.
Yeah,
that's a lot of food.
I was hungry. They served food I didn't like at this formal, so I was like, I ate the chicken, I ate the twice baked potato, but then I was done, and I had a whole bunch of plate of shit left over. So I'm like, I didn't make a scene because it's funny. If I didn't cause a scene or if I didn't make any comments, Leslie let me buy an $80 ping pong paddle. Because I'm trying to upgrade my game over at work because we play ping pong a lot. So it's like I got to be on my best behavior. I got to dance with her. I got to, and then I get my ping pong paddle. And then I went and bought a bunch of McDonald's after the thing. So I ate 2 triple cheeseburgers. I ate a 2-piece chicken strip. I ate fries. I had my large drink, and then I had an apple pie. And then all of that. I finished all of that within 6 minutes.
I used to eat that shit when I was 16, 17, as a 26-year-old.
As a 23-year-old, I did regret it the next morning. My stomach was hurting. But was it so fulfilling? Yes. But as far as fulfilling, I think this is a great episode.
It's really good.
This was no name drop, so I can just...
No name drop.
Fucking post this shit like nothing. So... By the time you guys listen to this, of course, because depending if you listen to this 5 years from now, everything's posted by now. But I appreciate the support. Again, I got to say a quick shout out to Danny, one of our fans. She's been sending me mock t-shirt designs as far as a t-shirt for the show, which I think is hilarious. She sent me a lot of funny photos, and I really appreciate that. Those are setting the idea wheels in my head spinning. And I really want this show to really be taken to the stratosphere, like, as far as getting this really successful. We will get there. We will get there.
If this does get really successful, I'll fucking quit school and work.
That's what I'm saying. If it turns into that point, fuck it. Maybe one day we'll introduce the teach. Yeah. Like, if it gets to that successful point where it's like, hey, maybe I don't gotta be a teacher. Like, maybe fucking... So,
I'm about it, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I can't tell you guys enough, mostly because I'm really drunk right now. It's like, you guys, like, when I see the views go up, like, as we progressed, I see this every fucking week. As the weeks progress, we get the views increasing per episode. As far as, especially when we first introduced the episode, it's like I am picturing everybody, oh shit, Who Cares is up. And
that's how I see it too.
Yeah, and they're like,
I like that.
They're like, damn, yes, hell yeah. And I really appreciate it. Keep sharing the show as much as you can. Keep liking our memes that we share.
It's mainly me.
It is mostly Teach. I will say that it is mostly Teach. Because I'm like, who shared this? And I'm like, wait, it's only two guys. It's only two guys that run the fucking page. So I was like, if I didn't share it, I know Teach shared it. But keep sharing everything. Keep supporting us. Maybe another contest will be coming soon in the future. Who knows? Who cares?
Who cares?
So, but yeah, on that note, I'm David Claire. I love you too.
I'm the Teach. Good night.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, now good night. Oh, shit. All right, this is, I'm going to edit this out of the episode. Oh, fuck.
You should leave it.
Right, I should leave it. So I'm having...
What is going on?
I'm having difficulty ending the podcast.
Apple.
Okay.
No, don't do it. No. No, I'm a virgin. No. I'm a virgin. No. I'm a virgin. No. I'm a virgin. No.